Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing today? I hope you're well. Welcome to this morning's stream. I hope you are doing great. It's good to be back after such a long time. I will just say, because it's the first stream since like New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a good time over the holiday period, and apologies for being away for so long. It wasn't the intention, but I've been in a boot for ages, so sitting at my desk for any long period of time has not been possible. So we are back now though, which is great to be. Fowlen, how are we doing this morning? She's Dino, how are we? Arb, Tyler, Mighty, Joe, Natalie, Denzel, how are we all doing? Cisco, great to see you. And Rich, good to see you, my friend. Tengu, how are we doing this morning? Welcome back, mate. Hope you and the family had a good Christmas and the leg is feeling better. The leg is getting there. I've got a final ultrasound tomorrow, so hopefully that all comes back good and the healing process continues. But it's been annoying. This is what I had to wear. This is what I had to wear, everyone. This absolute ginormous thing, which is just, yeah. So I'm so pleased I don't have to wear that anymore. But it's good. Good. I'm good. Hope you are all good. And we're back finally with the Deoxys hunt. So let's jump into it and get our first reset done of the day. Is this gonna allow me to? Yes. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, here we go. Imagine if it's the first one. That would be nuts. Rich, I hope you had a good New Year with the family and things as well. And yeah, hope the start of the new year is going good. Tengu, good luck on the hunt. Happy New Year, brother. Thank you so much, my friend. We definitely need the good luck for the shiny yellow alien. It's been a little while since we've done this hunt, but we'll get back to it today and hopefully get some success with it. That's what we want today, just to get this out of the way, and then we can move on to other things. I can't believe it's nearly been a year, this hunt. When I was thinking about it the other day, we started this just after Pokemon Day, so the goal has got to be, we've got to get it before Pokemon Day this year. We cannot let this go on any longer. So determined to get it going, get this shiny yellow alien finally. Cracking boot, man. Oh mate, when I first walked out of like the walk-in after having the x-ray and them giving me the boot, I felt like such a nugget standing on the side of the road waiting for Tash to pick me up. I was like, oh my god, this boot is like ginormous. I was not expecting to come out with a boot that day, but yeah, I'm so pleased I don't have to wear it. It's so uncomfortable as well. But yeah, the perfect fashion accessory. 2 shiny Deoxys over the weekend. The spaghetti alien shows its shiny form to you this week. David, congrats on the shiny Deoxys, mate. That is incredible. I hope you're right. I hope we do finally get the shiny alien this week. It would be nice if we can just put this one to bed. Finally have it show up. But you know, it's just one of those. It just seems... It's just not wanting to pop into any of these games. Rich, I'm good. Great to hear. Secretly got married over Christmas in York, which was mint. Had mate, the word mint. That you've just put that in the sentence. I haven't heard that for ages. Mate, congratulations. That is absolutely amazing news, and very happy for you. Very, very happy. Great New Year's gift as well. Glad to see you back on the mend. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's been so frustrating because like we had so many plans over Christmas and I just couldn't do very much at all. David, missed you at Birmingham. I know, mate. It was I had a lot of fun at the event. I was so gutted with how my results went in the end though, but it was really great to be back competing. And I don't know, I've got a few things hanging over my head about, like, I made team changes last minute and I think they were solid, but you always have that question of like, was it the right thing to do or not? But my matchup roulette in Birmingham was terrible. Like, my toughest matchup was definitely Zamazenta, and out of the 8 rounds I faced 4. I did go positive against it though, so my changes definitely helped for that matchup. I went 3-1 against the Zamas I faced, which was positive going in because I was so worried about that matchup going into the tournament. But I definitely overlooked Kali Ice Ursaluna matchup. That was brutal, and my opponents, as you can imagine, played super well. So that kind of hindered me a little bit in the tournament run. It's my worst ever result at a tournament as well, so I definitely felt super deflated afterwards, but I guess in another way, it's kind of given me like a real spark to want to try and get to more tournaments and play more, because I just had such a blast, and it was great seeing so many people as well, and just meeting new people as well. And no source, how hype were you for the Switch 2 trailer? I was so hype. I was surprised it was like just a shadow drop though. Just the trailer just dropped out of nowhere. Just crazy how they've done it. But it's kind of no surprise, right? I feel like Nintendo have kind of been doing that recently. I'm excited for the Direct on the 2nd of April. That's going to be very, very hype. I cannot wait for it, mate. It's going to be awesome. I just hope we get a Pokemon game soon after that. Hopefully ZA. I know it's probably not going to be a Switch 2 game, but it will play on the Switch 2, and it would be nice to have the new console and that as well. There's a little part of me that's also thinking, are they going to do a similar thing with what they did with the Switch, and we get like a Let's Go game, like Let's Go Johto maybe? That would be fire. So we'll see. It's very exciting though. After a year of having basically nothing, we are kind of getting closer to the gap now where we should get some news. I don't expect we're going to get, there's a lot of murmurings about getting ZA news before Pokemon Day, but I just can't see it happening. I think they're just going to keep the FOMO going and wait for Pokemon Day before we get anything. But hopefully we get gameplay. Surely we get gameplay on Pokemon Day of ZA. It's very exciting. It's crazy though to think that we've went a whole year basically without any further information. They just dropped it in Pokemon Day last year, and then they're like, yep, that's it, you have to wait. James, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. I didn't know you got hurt. Sorry to hear that, man. It was the weirdest thing as well, because it was when I was in Stuttgart and I was walking to the hotel, and because it was like a 30-minute walk, and I thought, I'll walk. I've been sitting for so long traveling and flying and stuff, so it was on the way to the hotel, and I just rolled my ankle, but because I had my high tops on at the time, my whole leg kind of went, and it was sore over the whole weekend when I was casting, but I kind of just got on with it, and I thought it's just a minor sprain, but it turned out that it kind of was way worse than that, and it got to the point where I just couldn't walk. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, and it's been so weird. Like, had like mad Achilles pain as well, but it's such a trivial little thing that turned into like this huge issue for me. But I'm just pleased I can sit here for a long period of time now and not have to worry about like it aching, because it was just impossible with the boot on. I couldn't sit at the desk for more than like 10-15 minutes, which was so frustrating, because it would have been the perfect time just to be like, hunker down, let's do these hunts and stuff like that. Louise, how are you doing? Hope you're good. Good luck. Thank you so much. Hope today is the day. I hope so as well, mate. It would be absolutely phenomenal if we could get the Deoxys today. Jay, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Arceus update, currently having a break. 7,685 encounters. I don't blame you for a break, mate. It's always good to have a little respite and then come back to it. I'm praying when you come back to it, you get it. Sickened. I was sickened over the weekend when I was at Birmingham. John Stone just seems to have the craziest luck. I don't say that craziest luck, but he does have very fortunate luck with getting stuff under odds, and he got the shiny Arceus in like 130 resets. I'm like, I wish, but no, John puts in a lot of work. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but the luck there is I want some of that luck. I want it for the Deoxys today. TPC like to do things differently. ZA could possibly be a cross-gen. You never know, do you? I think like that's the thing with it at the moment. We've got such little information on it. Like the possibilities are like endless with it. That's why I think it's so exciting to get some more information on it and see where they're going. See what direction it's going to be. Tafiki, how are we doing? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if not. I hope you're doing good this morning. Great to see you. And Petro, how are we today, my friend? I hope you're well. And great to see you joining the chat. James, how you doing? Guess what? I'm still hunting for shiny Roman Entei and Raikou. Oh, mate. I feel like there's a lot of like hunts that we're doing together that are just holding each other back. Once the Deoxys is got, you're going to get this Raikou Entei and it's all going to be, everything's going to be unlocked. All these, the Arceus as well, you know. But keep pushing with the grind, mate. I really hope that you do get it soon. It'll be such a great shiny to get when you do get it. Professor Oak in the house. How you doing, mate? I hope you are well. Great to see you. Happy New Year as well. And hope you're having a good start to your week, mate, as well. Do you think that A in ZA could stand for a new legendary, like Z for Zygarde, A for new It definitely could, yeah. It's definitely crossed my mind. I always thought that originally it was like, it would stand for Alpha, because we had such a like a tie to like the Alpha stuff in Legends Arceus. Or it could even stand for Arceus. It could. Zygarde to Arceus, you know? Who knows? But yeah, it could even be. It would make more sense, I guess, in a lot of ways, that it would refer to a new legendary, which would be very cool if we got a new legendary Pokemon. It would kind of be like nice to see a new legendary, and maybe that's why we haven't had so much information on it. I don't know. Yeah. Arlen, I'm good. Beat Alolan Executor, no problem. Nice, mate. How were the raids as well? I know they dropped bit of Herba Mystica, but I wasn't sure on the drop rates with just 3%. Hope you managed to get a few anyway. But yeah, it's a nice raid to have. We got the Paradox this week, so Screamtail and Iron Bundle. I'm wondering as well, these recent raids, are they all kind of in a way, you know, with the Rayquaza raids where they had the lead up Pokemon, where they were all good Pokemon to take into Rayquaza for the most part. I wonder if these raids we've got at the minute are like geared up to be good Pokemon to take into whatever the 7-star raid is, if we get one for Pokemon Day, maybe. I do wonder that. It has crossed my mind. I don't know what they would do though. Miraidon, Koraidon just seems like the obvious one, shinies of those. But are they going to do another shiny raid event so soon after the Rayquaza one? I don't know. Fingers crossed they do though. That would be very hype if we see something like that. James, good morning, mate. How was Birmingham? Kept a lookout in case I bumped into you, but didn't see you. There's so many people as well that I know that were at Birmingham, and I just didn't see them the entire weekend. And I hung around quite late on the Saturday because Charlie did a shiny hunting hour thing. So I was there late. But yeah, so many people I just missed over the weekend that I know were there. But it was good, mate. How was it for you? Hope the tournament went well and you had a great time. Got back all right. Trains on Sunday were annoying, so I kind of shut off early on Sunday just to make sure I got back at a sensible time. Farlen, I'm going to pass on the upcoming event. Just want shiny Koraidon and Miraidon events. Yes, you, me, and everyone else. It would be great if we do get them finally. It's got to happen at some point, and we still are waiting to hear if we're going to get like those mythical Pokemon that Japan got recently, you know? Because they got those mystery gift events, which we still haven't had. And I looked back at the Sword and Shield ones. So Japan got their set of mythicals in Sword and Shield around the same time in November, but we didn't get them till like the following September, which is crazy. So I don't know if they're gonna take that long to kind of roll them out to this side of the world, but hopefully not. Be nice to get them, but Deoxys is part of that giveaway, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, the Miraidon, Koraidon shinies, I think everyone's hungry for that, and it'd probably be a good time to drop them because I think the next regulation for competitive will be, is it end of April? So it will give everyone kind of good incentive to make sure that they grab them while they're in game, not just competitive players but everyone. Sean, how are you doing, mate? Apologies for the language. I'm Aussie and say it as it is, but mate, this is beyond. I can't believe you're still trying. To be honest, I would have given up a long ago. I have thought about it, but I feel like now it's like we're so deep into it. We just have to keep going, mate. Hope you're doing good though, man. And thanks so much for hopping in, joining the stream with us. Maybe you're a lucky charm today. Yeah, David, we had a 7-star raid for Iron Bundle. Was it like not last year, the year before? I think like over the holiday period. Yeah, it was, or maybe it was last year. I'm not too sure, but we've definitely had a 7-star raid. We've had the mightiest mark Iron Bundle, which seems so weird when you look at the collection of 7-star raid Pokemon that we've got. for them just to chuck Iron Bundle in randomly. I don't know, it feels a bit weird, but yeah, we've definitely had it before. This one will be a lot easier though. Although that one wasn't like super tricky. They probably have something planned for Pokemon Day, but unsure what Pokemon raid we could see, as we could be something underwhelming. Could be. It could be something very underwhelming. Hopefully not though. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that they do something. There's still plenty of Pokemon that, you know, are transferable from home, but not obtainable in the games. So, you know, even something like an Amorous would be kind of cool to do. It's around Pokemon Day, and Amorous is like associated with like the hearts and stuff like that, you know. So, well, it's got all the heart designs on it. So that could be something we see, I guess. Andrea, how are we doing today? How long is it going for this hunt of yours? I believe I was here 3 months ago. This is, yeah, I was saying at the start of the stream today. So we started this hunt for Deoxys in March last year. So I've got to get it. I've got to get this done before Pokemon Day this year. That's the deadline for this. So I will do everything in my power to try and get the Deoxys before then. But yeah, crazy hunt. Kind of like gatekeeping us from doing like other hunts, because I feel so determined now that I'm just like, we just have to stick with this until we get it. When we do, we're gonna be free. We're gonna be free. Got a shiny Absol. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Shiny Eevee and shiny Golok in white too. Wow, nice games to get them in as well, Mighty. That's awesome, mate. Actually got the Eevee on New Year. Named them Catherine, Eric, and Goliath. Very cool. There's a funny Golok set going around within prison. Body press, heavy slam, something else that you play with Terrapagos. Kind of funny. Yeah, I'm sticking with my theories here. Alphabet letters backwards. Oh, that's true. They showed the unknowns in the trailer as well, didn't they? The very start of it. The unknown Pokemon presents spelt CU. Messed it up in Z and will be bouncing backwards and forwards in time, fixing, catching Paradox Mons, and making sure we make the correct timeline. I love that. I love that theory. If that's what we get, I will be so happy, because I think that would make such an interesting story. And it would, I think a lot of people are worried that it's only based in Lumiose City. So I think that would open up the door where being based in one place, it doesn't really matter, because we're jumping through time and it would be so different every kind of time period. So it'd be like exploring a new area, completely kind of familiar but kind of new, you know. So I think it would get away from the one area sort of map, I guess. But yeah, I love that. Would love to see it. Jared, good morning. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great start to your week and had a nice holiday over the new year and things. Just give us a new game or the old games into the Switch. Let's end the Scarlet and Violet era ASAP. I feel like we've got a bit longer and Scarlet and Violet is our main series title, but we'll see. We'll see. I know what you mean though. I'm hoping that they're keeping the older games. We talked about this so much, right? The Virtual Console games coming to the Switch. I'm just hoping that they're just, the only reason why we haven't got them is because they're keeping them for the Switch 2. And it would make sense, right? Give people a reason to get the Switch 2 if you can only get the Virtual Console games on the Switch 2. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I just hope the Switch 2 isn't like crazy expensive. There's a lot of talk about it being like kind of reasonable, but Aaron, good morning. How are you doing? I RNG'd 8 Deoxys, 4 shinies, 4 non-shinies. I'm not about the 1 in 8,000 hunts. I don't blame you, man. Sitting here right now doing this. The RNG abuse for the Deoxys does feel very appealing. But also the grind as well for getting it. It is going to be worth it when we get it. It's going to be a very special shiny when we do manage to stumble upon it, which we will. We 100% will. We just need to keep going with it. Started my shiny Roma hunt in March 2024 as well. It's crazy taking this long for both of us. It is, my mate. It is, but I think that's one of the things that makes the shinies, when you do get them, like just feel like that extra special, because it's just been, you know, such a journey to get them. Ken, yesterday was my birthday. I'm 1 year closer to the old folks home. Ken, happy birthday for yesterday. Belated happy birthday. I hope you had a great day, my friend. Hope you had some cake, celebrated, and had a nice time, whatever you ended up doing, mate. And great to see you as well. Hope you're doing good and happy new year and stuff. Jarrett, so what can we talk about here? Pokemon Legends ZA for Nintendo Switch 2. We could talk about that. I still think it's going to be a Switch game. I'd be very surprised if it was just for the Switch 2. I wonder, there's a part of me that's like, is it going to be a base Switch game? And then are they going to offer like a patch update? This sounds hilarious that they would do something like this, but a patch update where it would be like an enhanced performance version for the Switch 2. Maybe they do something like that. I can't imagine that being available like day one though. But yeah. We need physical copy of the old games that work like Fire Emblem Fates. Did you buy the cart and select which version you want each entry and pay again if you want the others? That would be fire. I would love to have physical copies of the Virtual Console games. I mean, that would be the dream. Yeah. And if they did them by generation, I think that would kind of work, you know? Like you get like Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And then they could do a special pack with like Fire Red, Leaf Green. Be so good. Hope Nintendo will have enough units produced for launch. I was watching a video yesterday and they were saying like the Nintendo are pretty well prepared to kind of stop the scalping as much as possible with the amount of units that they've supposedly had produced. So I'm hoping the same. It will be the worst thing ever if they're really difficult to get a hold. Like they're going to be hard to get a hold of. I think you're going to have to be like quick with pre-orders if you want them day one. But I'm just hoping that there's not like just a shortage of them, like for, you know, weeks or months after the release date where no one's able to get them, because then the scalping will naturally be a thing, and that's going to be I can't cope with it. Can't cope with that. I don't want anyone paying like crazy amounts for the console when they don't need to. I think like Nintendo's aware of it, so hopefully they do everything that they can to make sure that the stock of new Switches when it does drop is just there for us, and anyone that wants to pick one up can do so at like MSRP. The other day I got a shiny Meowstic, had to reset like 20 times to get her in a moon ball. Wow. That's dedication, mate, but the choice is very good. Named her Luna. I like it though. Fits perfectly. Does Mega Raichu deserve existence? Slowbro has both a Mega and a regional form. Jarrett, I definitely think we need Mega Raichu. Put the poll up on the channel at the start of the week. I think Mega Zoroark would be very cool. I'd love to see that. It's kind of a nod to Gen 5 as well, you know? But Mega Raichu. I feel like some of the Gen 1 Pokemon are gonna get Megas, aren't they? I think things like Arbok, Dodrio, you know, maybe some of the not so much used Pokemon. Vileplume would be a dream. If we got a Vileplume, that'd be amazing. Mega Vileplume would be like my dream, but I can't see that happening. You guys think Legends ZA for the Switch 2 was announced way before the Switch 2? Yeah, I always think that it'll be just a Switch 1 game. I don't think we're gonna get a Pokemon Switch 2 game until maybe Gen 10 will maybe be the first one. They might do like a Let's Go game potentially before then, but I don't think ZA will be a Switch 2 game. The only way, like I say, the only thing I could see them maybe doing is doing an enhanced version that you have to pay like maybe $10-15 for, so it plays or runs better on the Switch 2. I can't really see them having a dedicated Switch 2 version, but who knows? So does Raichu deserve the same? 100% yes, Jack. In my opinion anyway, I think so. Mega Raichu would be great, but knowing Game Freak, they'd probably go like, nah, we'll not do Mega Raichu, we'll do Mega Pikachu. Pikachu will get a Mega. And it'll make no sense. Mitch, good to see you as well, mate. Hope your leg is doing better. I also haven't seen you stream since last year. Is it a lot late for that jog? No, it's not too late, mate. I hope you're doing well, mate. I had a happy new year, good holiday period with the whoever you spent it with, mate. And it's good to be back. Leg is getting better. It's still a bit achy at times, but overall, it's good. I keep getting twinges with it though. Like over the weekend, it was super fine. It was a bit achy on Saturday night after the tournament in Birmingham, but then I keep getting in like positions where I like tweak it a bit, so it's just frustrating. And like everyone that I know seems to be like starting running now, and I'm like, oh, for years I've had like no one to do any running with, and now there's like multitude of people I could be going out with and I can't go out. I'm like, ah, come on, give me a break. Tob, I'm doing very good, mate. I hope you are as well. Andreas Ale, thank you so much for the sub. And if you're joining us on the stream, I hope you enjoy it with us today. Bring us some luck. Do the Kalos starters deserve mega forms? I would, yeah. I would argue most Pokemon deserve a mega form, but it's not feasibly possible, right? As much as I want them to put the older games on the Switch 2, I also really want a physical copy of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, because I'm really living in Gen 4 right now and want my shinies there. Would you be happy though if you got a physical copy of those games, but it was like a version for the Switch? Would that kind of suffice, or would you be like, nah, I have to do it on original hardware? Because there's just a certain feeling about playing those games on the actual console that they were, you know, native from. Fearow is a great candidate, Kiwi, for sure. Mega Fearow. Then I could make use of my very first shiny I ever got and have a Mega Fearow. That would be fire, actually. I feel like Fearow is definitely one of those overlooked Pokemon that's just, you know, never ever had the limelight. Zyro, how are we doing today, mate? I hope you were well. Great to see you as well. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining us. It's nice to be back streaming, mate, after such a while out. Good luck with the hunt. Hopefully it's over soon and we can get back to Hot Gold till Silver Shiny Nuzlocke. Oh, mate, I am dying to get back to that Nuzlocke. I really am. But I'm staying true to my word. We're staying with the Deoxys until we get it. Because at this point, who knows when it's going to show up. Hopefully it's not another 20,000 resets. That would just be painful. I want Flygon to get a Mega. I know, right? Flygon's just like, we know it was meant to get a Mega and then just never happened. Is it an emulator? K-Rod? No, this is not. This is the... So I'm playing on Game Boy Player on my GameCube for the Leaf Green. And then my Fire Red's through GB Operator. So physical cards. But yes, Mega Flygon. Are we finally going to get it? I'd be a wild way for them to end the trailer. I wonder if we'll get in the ZA trailer, if we do get stuff for Pokemon Day, which you would assume we will, if they'll show off some new Mega Pokemon. That would be very hype. It would be a good way to kind of get the FOMO going for those games. My big wishes though for Pokemon Day are ZA gameplay and a release date. I don't think there's too much to ask for, and I think they're realistic kind of things that we should get. We should get a release date of the game, and we should get some gameplay footage. Anything else for me is going to just be a bonus on top of that, and then we can dissect all of the information for the however many months we got to wait until the game does drop. Would Giratina be the next event in Pokemon? That would be wild, wouldn't it? I mean, it's one of the... They could do Arceus, you know. They could do Arceus. They could do Giratina. We've had Palkia Dialga. Yeah. Giratina would be a fire one, wouldn't it? It would be so good. And then at least you've got the Diamond Pearl Platinum Gen 4 set. Kind of complete legendaries at least. Just missing the Arceus. That'd be kind of cool. I'd like that a lot, yeah. It's a good shout. Arceus. Arceus would be very, very cool. It'd be kind of a nod to the Legends game as well. Having 7-star Terra Raid for Arceus, that would be absolutely nuts. It would be kind of cool as well if there was some sort of feature in Legends ZA where if you ported Arceus in, there was like something happened in game. And that's why they would do the event, so everyone had access to Arceus. Maybe. If we get a new evolution, what type you'll want? I'd like Dragon or Steel. I'm with you. Dragon or Steel, I think, are the two that I would like to see. It does feel like there's going to be something associated with Eevee. I don't know. They're putting stuff out there. We've obviously got the new TCG set now, all centered around Eevee. We've got like so much new merch with Eevee as well. And really, Gen 5 should have had 2 evolutions added to it, not just Sylveon. So maybe we do. Maybe this is it. I think the big wish for Pokemon Day is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers or Sky DX style game, my favorite spin-off. It'd be so nice if we did get something like that as well. You could imagine they've got to be working on stuff like that. That would be a cool thing to have, like on the Switch too, very early as well as a Pokemon tile. Good morning, Alec. How are we doing today? Hope you're well, mate. CK, you think Shiny Paradox Legendaries will be released in 7-star before ZA? Probably not. Can we hunt? Oh, they're not shiny locked though, are they? The Paradox Pokemon when they've been in. I don't know if they will get them in 7-star raids, but I know the 5-star raid ones, I'm pretty sure they're not shiny locked. But every 7-star raid we've had, I think, has been shiny locked. Ghost Eevee, Tengu, I would love to see that. I think it would be realistic, be dragon type, since, yeah, that's my whole logic about it, James, as well. I think the physical special split, we've got all of the special side for the evolutions, except that dragon one. And it would kind of make sense if there was, you know, in Gen 5, where we had Sylveon, which is a fairy type, which was a new typing, and then the only one that would be kind of left to have that kind of, I guess one would have an advantage over another, would be the dragon one. And then you'd need that steel for that kind of type triangle, I guess. Fantasy core. They said something about year of the Eevee. If I remember correctly, I think Cerebi talked about it. The year of the Eevee. Well, this would be like a perfect year if we ever got anything, you know. It'd be kind of wild to have a new evolution introduced in a Legends game, not a main series title. But then we'd have to wait to Gen 10 to get, I guess, access to it in a main series title. But I say that they class these Legend games as main series titles now anyway, don't they? Improved Shiny Rayquaza with a Flying Terra type to hit Flying type signature move. Yes, the Dragon Ascent. Get that extra stab boost. You could also go Stellar Terra type on it as well. That kind of works. Just with the amount of coverage moves that Rayquaza gets. Kind of take advantage of all of those, which is nice. This is the thing, James. It's like, is it just a misleading step where they're doing all this Eevee stuff and evolution stuff to make us think that we're going to get a new evolution, and it's we're just so far off the actual scent. Who knows? But they've got the ability to like really ramp up the FOMO for these games. I mean, people go nuts for a new evolution. It's been such a long time, right? It's like 2014, I guess. So yeah, like a decade, really. Still think we get a flying Eevee. Should be Avion. Is that how we're saying it? Probably not. Avion? Sounds like I'm saying the water. Evian. Flying Eevee though would be hype. Would be hype. It'd be wild if they just did like all of the evolutions. They were like, yeah, we got all of the evolution types now. I'd love regular Eevee to get just an evolution, just to you know. a normal evolution. I think they could have some real fun with that. Just really want shiny Koraidon to be real thing. Yeah, it's such a nice shiny as well. And the Ruin legendaries, you know? It'd be nice to be able to get those. There's a possibility as well. I know there's a bunch of global challenges. I think the first one, is it the registration starting next week or this week coming up for the week after? But they've never announced any kind of rewards for those yet, or at least I haven't seen any. And I know when they did like global challenges in Sword and Shield, like the last ones that they did the Galarian birds, shiny Galarian birds, if you compete so many battles in those tournaments. So maybe they do a similar thing this time around to get the Rune legendaries. That would be hype. Eevee on. Yes, Arid. Love it. First of all, what do you mean? You can totally get shiny Chenpao. Shiny Chenpao, yeah. The hunt. The most epic hunt of all hunts. Mighty continue in the Eevee chat. Didn't evolve him on Gen 5. I transferred him to a copy of X and turned him into Eric. The shiny fairy prince. Love it, mate. Love it. Wilbur, how are you doing? Hope you're well. I'm doing good, mate. I hope you are as well. I'm going for a shiny Magikarp with a catch of the day mark in Sword and Shield. Wish you luck. Definitely sending you all the good luck, my friend. Really good luck. And it's such a nice mark to get. Catch of the day mark. What are the odds of getting that? I really hope you do though. But yeah, keep us up to date with how the hunt's going. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, mate. Chi-Yu shiny is just phenomenal. I really like Chenpao shiny. That like it's so kind of unique. We don't get many like brown shiny Pokemon. But Chi-Yu's just S tier all the way. Iasto, yes, it is 16,200 resets on the leaf green. We recently added the fire red to hunt alongside it to hopefully improve our luck. But yeah, we're over double odds basically on the leaf green, which is fun. But it might pop up soon. May. I don't want to jinx ourselves and say it's gonna, but I'm hoping, praying it does. My friend and I were joking that a new Kalos evolution would be named Napoleon. That would be, I could actually see that happening. Or the French Revolution. It's a French evolution. Love it. You could see them doing it as well. Napoleon. Luke, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you in the stream this morning. Hope you got back from Brummy all right over the weekend and enjoyed the rest of the events on Sunday. I know Charlie was talking about doing another shiny group challenge on the Sunday, but I haven't spoke to him to know if he actually did it or not. So you can tell me, did you guys get together and do another hour? Wonder if we'll ever get a shiny Victini event. I'm hoping in ZA that we get some of these mythicals that we can hunt and they're not shiny locked. That would be... There's so many things for the wish list, but yeah, shiny Victini event would be so fire, wouldn't it? How do you get access to this event? Looking to try this hunt. So there is actually there's actually a way to do it now, where you can glitch it in without needing an external device. I use my GB operator, just being flat out honest with you, and injected the event into game because it's a mystery gift event from way back when. So that's what I use to inject it, and then you just get the ticket so you can come to the island, Birth Island, and then hunt it in these games. So that's one way of doing it, but there is ways. I would check out Papa Hefe and also I'm a Blissy's channel. They've got like guides, and I'm sure there's other channels as well that have specific guides on getting these events in game with the glitch that you can do it with now. So I think it's Ace Trainer glitch off the top of my head. I don't know too much about it, but I know there's been mad progress with the glitches that you can do to unlock things in these games without actually needing any external devices to get them in game. Pack train home, but got there eventually. I know we didn't do another one on Sunday. It was great to see you as well, mate. No one on Sunday. I hope we can arrange another one at another event soon. That would be it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing the shiny challenge. To be fair, the group did good. 2 shinies in an hour at full odds. Very good. CK, just want to thank you so much because last time you streamed, I interacted with this chat, had a great time, mentioned I was hunting Applin with your method, got 2 named my shiny Applin Candy. Love that nickname. Congrats as well on the shiny Applins. Such a cool shiny to get. But no, it's great to have you here, and we should be back to a proper schedule now. Now my leg's not falling off and it's better, so I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow because I got an ultrasound and it's like middle of the day. So I don't know whether to do a stream. I'll have to see what timing's like. So it might be that we're back Friday to stream. If I can wangle one in tomorrow around that appointment, then we'll do that. But it's just a bit annoying that it's like slap bang in the middle of the day. And I need to go to it. Just like frustrating. But never mind. Shiny apple. Snurgle. I love it. You guys come up with the best nicknames. $16K one shines ASAP. I really pray. Thank you though. Wonder what the lucky number is going to be for the shiny Deoxys in leaf green. I honestly never envisaged us getting this many resets deep with this hunt. How I was wrong. How I was wrong. So many more. I thought we'd get it below odds, but here we are. Best chances for shiny Magikarp with the catch of the day mark is 0.02%. Wow. Don't know how about this anymore. I think you should still go for it because that is one of those trophy shinies that's just very cool. And how cool would it be having a shiny Gyarados with that mark as well? Will you be able to transfer this one currently hunting over to home? Scarlet and Violet. Genuine question because never played Pokemon games on actual hardware before the Switch era. Yes. At the moment, you can. You do require Pokemon Bank and Poketransporter. They're like apps on the 3DS. So yeah, basically, I need a DS where you've got DS Lite, so it's got the port for the Gen 3 games in, and then I can use that to port this up to like Diamond and Pearl, or one or the other, and then from there I can go into Black and White 2. All the way up until I can get it to Sun and Moon, and then from there I can port it into Pokemon Bank and then into Home, which is the plan to do, yeah. But if you've got a 3DS and you haven't got those apps on it, the only way to get those apps now is through custom firmware, but the apps themselves still work, so you can still transfer Pokemon up. Crazy, just double odds for a shiny Deoxys. Is that even possible? We could even go 3 times over odds for it, honestly. I'm hoping we don't. Mighty, no joke. One of my childhood wishes was having a Pokemon game which you have the ability to turn Pokemon into robotic variants. Just like the Paradox Pokemon. And they released the future Paradox Pokemon. They stole my idea. Mate. Lawsuit. Pattis took 24,000 for Darkrai, so... Was that in Diamond Pearl Platinum? That's brutal. That is brutal, isn't it? So worth it, though. Great shiny Darkrai. I like to put my own personal touch on them. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I agree. I missed this, but have you talked about the Switch 2 trailer? We did briefly. We haven't talked about it too much, Alec. We haven't actually talked about the Switch 2. We talked about the trailer dropping, but not too much about the console itself. I'm excited for it. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to getting it in hand and seeing what, like, I know it's a lot bigger than the Switch OLED even, so be kind of interesting to see what it's like in hand. I did apply for the tickets for the play days that they're doing, where they've got you can go along and test out the Switch 2. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I get a ticket for that. That would be awesome. I went for the Friday, so we'll see. I think they're doing the draw at the end of January, February time, so I should find out soon. But yeah, I'm excited for it and all the new features on it. I mean, it's a powerful console by all sounds of things. I guess we'll find out like all the information, or most of the information, in that April Direct, which is not too far away. Power, how are we doing? Nice seeing you here again. How did you go in Birmingham? Oh, it was not good, mate. It was I had a lot of fun at the tournament. It's my worst tournament result I've ever had, though. 0-4. I'll own it. But I was very disappointed just in myself at the end of the tournament. I just felt really gutted that that's how it had ended up. And as always, when a tournament goes like that, there's so many things you can look back on in hindsight and say, oh, if this went this way and that. Like my round 1 match, my brain was just switched off, and I definitely feel like that was definitely a winnable match, but then my tournament would have turned out completely different from where it went. My matchups weren't great either in the tournament, and that's partially down to my fault. Like I said in December when I was going into the tournament, I want to use Terapagos, and then obviously the start of this regulation, we've seen a huge rise of Zamazenta and how powerful that Pokemon is, and a lot of players opting to use it. So I knew that going into the tournament, but still persisted with the Terapagos match choice. So I faced 4 Zamas out of my 8 rounds. I did go positive against Zama though, in total 3-1. So I lost to 1 Zama and won against the rest of them, which was good, but there was a few matchups I overlooked. And I probably could have played better, I think, as well. But I guess I haven't played a real live tournament in 2 years, so that's definitely going to have an impact on my performance. It's so different playing a tournament environment to sitting at home playing, you know. Like you can do all the practice in the world at home. It's getting out and like, at least for me, getting that experience like hands-on at tournaments is so valuable, you know. And I was just so out of familiarity with like that setting, so I don't think that helped as well. But I had a great time. Just not super happy with how the result went, just from a personal point of view. But it's kind of made me really hungry to want to go back and play more. I just realized how much I actually miss playing competitively. So I think I'll definitely be playing more in the future, which is good when I get the opportunity. Switch 2 trailer was great. It was like a Sailor Moon transformation sequence. They did it. It was so clean, wasn't it? I love how they do the animation for it all, and just transforming the current Switch into what it is going to be, the Switch 2. And I like the name. The Switch 2 is great, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice and simple. Everyone knows what it is. But yeah, I like the idea of the Joy-Cons becoming like a mouse as well. So they must have like a trackpad in them as well. So yeah, it's going to be good. Have some concerns about the Switch 2 controller connection to the main Switch. It looks like it could easily break. Hopefully not, because I know what you mean, because it's got that tiny bit of insertion like that's sticking out from the Joy-Con itself, and that looks like it would be easily snappable. But I'm hoping, I think because the consoles, they were talking about using like a magnetic system, electromagnetic system when it's in there to keep them held. So hopefully that's pretty strong and that doesn't cause Joy-Cons to snap out. Could you imagine if they were easily snappable and you're just playing and it just the horror stories. We'll find out pretty quickly after it drops, I think, if that is an issue, because it'll like be one of those common issues I think a lot of people will have. But it does make you worry, like if you drop it by accident and it lands just on like a weird angle of the Joy-Con, is that going to be enough to like snap it? Joy-Cons aren't cheap either. You think major events for Scarlet and Violet are done, meaning like 7-star raids, legendary raids? I don't think we are done yet with the big events. I think at the moment they're probably just doing a lot of the little ones in the lead up to Pokemon Day, but I definitely don't think we're done with 7-star raids just yet. So I think we'll get some more events, and then definitely we've got the mythical mystery gift event to come. I would say the one that Japan got, which we haven't had yet. Get you, it happens. That's the thing in tournaments. Quite luck dependent on matchups. My matchup roulette was definitely not good. Like I didn't see a single Kyogre. I didn't see a single Miraidon the entire event, which I was like, give me Miraidon. That's, you know, Kyogre Miraidon. I didn't see a single Kali Shadow either, which is crazy. So my matchups were Zamazenta. I faced 4 of them, 3 Kali Ice and 1 Groudon, which is just nuts. So that's all I faced. Kali Ice probably not the best matchup in hindsight, especially when it's paired up with Ursaluna, which the majority of them were. It's just a very difficult matchup for me because I took a Mungus off my team, which I don't regret, but it would have definitely helped out in those situations, I think, you know, especially against the Kali Ice stuff, because the Trick Room was where like it just really hurt me. And I can get through Trick Room fine, but when you've got such a strong Pokemon like Ursaluna sitting in a favorable position, there's only so many Trick Rooms you can stall out, you know. But yeah, just would have liked it to gone better, but is what it is. I had a good time, so I've just got to use it as a big learning curve for the next time I jump back in. There's a Deoxys raid event in Pokemon Go right now. You can count a shiny one. I think the odds are like 1 in 10. Got 2 shinies myself so far. Patrick, congrats on the shinies. 1 in 10. That's crazy. Makes me feel like, why are we doing this? But we got to now. We're so deep into this hunt. But yeah, that's one way. It'd be a good way to do it if I can get 1 from here and then I can get 1 from Go. That'd be nice. Hopefully you get a lot more though. Mighty, you could drop it in the Discord, mate, if you can. I don't know if that would work. Just got a shiny Attack Deoxys last weekend in Pokemon Go. Nice, congrats. That's awesome. What forms is everyone's favorite? The Attack form's probably one of my favorites, I would say. Got a shiny Roaring Moon last year. Fireland, Roaring Moon shiny is just perfection. Shiny Petrant Mystery Gift, could you imagine? That would be wild. I feel like it's too soon for that though. It's got a nice shiny though. Did find someone in another YouTuber's Discord. He only did it once. Quite inconsistent. Has got a shiny Iron Hands from mine and got nothing. Shiny Iron Hands, I do love. Odds are 1 in 20 in Pogo for Deoxys. That's crazy, isn't it? For 2 of my first 8. Wow, David. I'm in the wrong game. I'm in the wrong game hunting this Pokemon. To be fair, we should have had Deoxys done way before now, so I've got no one to blame but myself. We're doing this for the content and personal satisfaction, Lee. This is true, James. Now we are on the grind. We're so deep. We got to just stick with it. And it will feel great when we finally get it. I think I'll be in a bit of shock because I just feel like shiny Deoxys in both these games does not exist. Don't give up. Feel that though. There was an easier way to get shiny Entei and Raikou and Hot Gold till Silver. I'd consider it. Yeah, but it's getting it in those games. Like you say, it's getting it in those games. It's like the, you know, the reward. It's like, wow, I hunted this mythical, this legendary in its game where it was first kind of shown. So it's just something about that. And it's like the sentimental value for you personally. I just think it's just a cool hunt. Speed form is my new favorite. Very sleek. Speed form is very cool as well. Yeah. The odds are 1 in 10. Got 1 in 2 encounters, but now only got 1 in 15 total. They're good odds though, aren't they? In goal. What do you want to be announced on Pokemon Day? Wow. My dream announcement for Pokemon Day. I think it's too early for Gen 10. I would love Gen 10, but in another way, I would like prefer Gen 10 to be like next year's focus. So 2026 Pokemon Days. So for this year, I want gameplay footage of, really want gameplay footage of ZA. Some new Mega Pokemon. I would love that. I feel like asking too much there. And I think because we've talked about it for like the last 2 years, I would love them to be like, with the Switch 2 coming out, we are announcing that, you know, the older Virtual Console games, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, will be coming to the Switch 2. They don't need to give us any definite information, but I would love for them just to confirm that that is what's happening. You know, Fire Red, Leaf Green, it'd be great to see those come. And then just have to a back catalog. Like the dream, ideally, on the Switch 2 would be to have, I don't know if they could even do it, be like to have a DS, a 3DS emulator on there as well, Virtual Console. And then we imagine having one console where we had an entire back catalog of every Pokemon game. That would be a dream, but just the first 3 gens to be announced would be awesome to have on Pokemon Day. I would like a Let's Go Johto game as well, to be honest. But now I'm asking for a lot, you know. Olio, how are we doing? I hope you're well, mate. Great to see you. Yeah, Aaron, I'm with you. I think the attack and the both the speed and the attack forms are very cool. I feel like the defense form's grown on me a lot though since starting this hunt. It was never one of my favorites, but now I feel like I've stared at it for such a long time. Almost been like, that is the form. That is the one I want. Saying that to myself about the Roma, knowing full well I'm ready to get the hunt again by hunting for whichever one doesn't shine. But once they're both done, James, you know, you've got them. Lock them up. Mighty. Okay, I will check that out, mate, after the stream. Thanks for doing that, dude. That is exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's a focused hour today for the 1 in 10 odds, so I'm going to be in and out. Good luck with that. Focus hour. What time is that starting? Is that like worldwide at the same time? Gotta go now to save phone power. Bye. Good luck, Jake. Good luck with it, mate. I hope you get lots of shinies during that focus hour. 1 in 10. That's wild. That is wild. I want to control Mega Pokemon like in the DLC, run flying around. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I feel like the synchro function is it's gonna be something that we maybe see in all Pokemon games going forward. So many players have had such a good time with it and really love it as just a feature. So it would feel a bit weird for them to just take it away and just have it as a standalone thing in the DLCs. The defense form was harder to fight in Pogo, very tanky. Yeah, so strong. So strong. Taking hits like a champ all day. The DS cartridge would be absolutely game changing on the Switch. Could you imagine if they just had an adapter, you know, on the top of the Switch 2, on that USB-C port? What is that for? It's got to be for some sort of adapter on there. Like, people speculate, is it for a second screen on your Switch 2? And that would be what we use for DS games if they brought the DS emulator. That would be wild. I feel like it would be warranted as well with like the library that you've got for the DS and 3DS games. It's like one of the biggest Nintendo libraries as well. So potentially that would be crazy if they did something like that though. Yeah. Or even just an adapter. Yeah, what they could do is like the screen adapter has the cartridge slot. You just put the cartridges in. Maybe that'll be wild. Now these are crazy thoughts though, because I feel like this is never going to happen. But imagine if it did. Just glad I was able to acquire a copy of Soul Silver to be able to do other hunts in conjunction with the Roma. It's fortunate, yeah. They're such hard games to get a hold of. I mean, I was very lucky that Scott, my brother, sent me his copies of Soul Silver Hot Gold. Like, I've got one, but for the Nuzlocke that we're doing, it was nice to be able to have the additional copies just to be able to do it. I'll have to send them back when we're done. Maybe I just keep them. Don't tell him. Wonder if we'll ever get new evolution like Zaya with the Wadeer, Sneasler, Saluna, and PLA. We were just talking about new evolutions, but new evolutions would be very cool as well. I think they could do it with like a bunch of Pokemon, you know. Miltank's definitely one from like Gen 2. I always think could get an evolution. Would they do it though? But yeah, I expect we'll get new evolutions, like regional evolutions for sure. I just wonder which Pokemon they would do it on. Again, it might be one of the things where they're like, okay, we can't do a Mega for every Pokemon. We really wanted to do them for these Pokemon, so maybe we just give them a regional evolution variant instead of a Mega. Because I guess they've got both of those mechanics to kind of play with going forward. And I guess they got to be careful about the Mega Pokemon that they choose, right? Because they can't do every single Pokemon that's available in these games, because I imagine there'll be a crossover with Gen 10 with Megas in some way, shape, or form. It would only make sense. It just feels weird to bring Mega Pokemon back to ZA and then have Gen 10 where we're going to have a brand new mechanic completely. It's always why I think in the back of my mind, I'm like, are Megas going to make a big return in Gen 10, but in a new way to how we've not seen Megas before? And then it makes use of these new Mega Pokemon that would have just been only seen in like this one side game of ZA, which, you know, the Mega Pokemon will never be seen outside of that again. So in a lot of ways, I'm like, yeah, does this hinge a lot on where we're going for Gen 10 and what they're going to do with it? Maybe. Speaking of, I'm looking forward to Shiny Hot Gold Nuzlocke return, and hopefully the Deoxys shines soon so we can go back to it. James, I am with you all day on that. This Deoxys is just gatekeeping us from that Nuzlocke. The dream would be get it today, Nuzlocke tomorrow. Come on, Deoxys, just show up shiny, just this once. Dragon and Steel Eevee, we need those. We 100% need them. Ghost Eevee as well. I feel like we're doing good with the resets. Back in the flow of it though. What would everyone's like if you could have any regional variant happen in ZA? So like a Wadeer, like a Sneasler, like an Ursaluna, for any Pokemon, like what would you like to see in ZA get that regional evolution? Like 100% curious to know what everyone's would be if they could choose one. Nothing to do with anything, but this were rough times for the PlayStation fans. A new, really expensive version without physical compatibility and a AAA game that got cancelled in like 2 weeks. That is rough, mighty. That's why just be a Nintendo fan, and then you'll be semi-happy. Shiny Hunter, how are we doing today? Shiny at 16,269. Getting close to it. I hope you're right. Regional Dragonite. Professor Oak, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? Breloom, that's a great shout. Houndoom. Like, I'd be so happy with any of those. I really hope Dragonite gets some love this gen. I do. I feel like Mega Dragonite could be very, very spicy. Mega Dragonite. Maybe Zangoose. Yeah, Zangoose is a really good shout. Talking about Zangoose, I wonder if Riley's got a shiny Zangoose yet. It's been a while. Been a hot minute. Sneasel, yeah, Sneasel got the love. So Maybe it's Zangoose' turn. Would they do with Seviper as well, do you think? Because they're like a kind of a partnership, right? Those two Pokemon. I wonder if they would, if they give it to Zangoose, would Seviper get one as well? That would be kind of cool if both of those did. I think original forms of Hitmon Pokemon would be cool. That would be very cool. Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Definitely Pokemon that I think need like a little bit of a buff. Because they were... Hitmontop was definitely good in competitive. I'm just looking at this like through my competitive tinted glasses. But Hitmontop used to be very good. Now it sees very little uses. I want something for Pangoro. Pangoro would be fire as well. Favorite Pokemon of all time? Just so ignored. Yeah. Poor Pangoro. And it looks so cool as well. It's got such a great design. Fighting Ground Breloom in Australia. I'd be all about that. Yeah, that would be very, very hype. I'd love that. Yeah, fast Breloom. Just a bit bulkier as well. Thinking new Eevers would actually go more towards Gen 9 Pokemon like Spidops. That's kind of true as well, because Spidops base stats are absolutely tragic. So yeah, to give it a buff of some sort, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be nice if there is that link to Gen 9 to ZA, because Legends Arceus, we got no link to any Gen 8 Pokemon. And it might be really, really linked to Gen 9, you know? Might have a lot of Gen 9 Pokemon in there. New form of Graveyard and Houndstone. It could be like different types of dog or gravestone style matching the region. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. I would love to see something like that. Different typings completely before they got turned into ghosts. Be like a ground dog, ground type, because they like bury underground. So that would kind of make a lot of sense. I know all of you are thinking it, but are afraid to say it. Regional Sunflora. It needs it. It does need it. What time is it there? Right here in the UK right now is 11:37 on the dot. Moonflora. I'm all about it. I love it. Ton coming in. How are we doing today, Ton? Happy New Year. Great to see you. Thank you so much for $10 super chat, mate. Thank you so much for the generosity. I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you in chat as well. And thank you again for the support, mate. It means the world. And hopefully gives us a little bit of luck for this hunt. It's been so stubborn. 6:38, very early, Viking Media. It's earlier than I was up this morning. Should have been up earlier, but I was not. But fair play. Start your day in style. Great to have you on the stream, though. Hopefully you're coming in at a good time when this shiny Deoxys is going to actually hit. Riley, how are you doing, mate? Happy New Year. Good to see you, my friend. I literally was just saying, I wonder, we were talking about Zangoose getting a regional form in ZA. I was wondering how you're getting on with that Zangoose hunt. I hope you're not on any more phases and it's done and you're on to the next one. That would be good. Give us some good news this morning. James, is 5:37 here, Arkansas, USA. Normally I'd be at the gym, church devotion this early, but my wife isn't feeling well. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope she has a speedy recovery and feels better soon. So I'm getting up ready to take daughter to daycare and then work. Well, I hope you did, mate. You're up so early, so early. But yeah, like you said, normally at the gym, the grind is real. But yeah, sending my best to your missus, mate, and I hope she's feeling better soon. We have spawned Riley. I know, yeah, we talk about Riley and Riley appears. I'm waiting on that message though. Where is it? No! I'm at 16,800 encounters. Phase 11, no goose. This is just, it's beyond a joke at this point, Riley. It's not even funny. Like, when is it gonna happen? I feel like, you know, the whole theory about Deoxys gatekeeping Zangoose and Zangoose gatekeeping Deoxys, there's actually, it feels like there's credence to that now, where it's like that, it feels like that could be a thing. And it's going to be so strange if one of us gets the shiny and the other one shortly after that miraculously gets their shiny. Some voodoo at play. I feel they're tied together. Something like about Quillfish Sneasel got completely new Eevers coming to their new regional forms. That's very true, they did. Yeah, completely different typings as well, just similar looking. Maybe some less popular weak mons from Gen 9 can get that treatment. Just love region. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's like the perfect time for them in any new game to be like, okay, we didn't do as good a job as what we could have done with this Pokemon in its original game. Let's change that now. There's so many Pokemon that they could do that with. And I guess they got to like sprinkle in a few fan favorites along the way as well. But yeah, hopefully some of those like maybe overlooked Pokemon get a little bit of love going into this new game. And Gen 10, of course, there's the opportunity there as well. Yeah, Farland, the Zangoose Riley's hunting is in Ruby, so I don't know if that's where you hunt yours, but not Scarlet and Violet. Just curious about their build. The last build is Spam Pokemon. Which AFK build, Viking? Thanks for inspiring me to start Shiny Hunt. I ran out of Shiny Legendaries and was wondering what to do, so I went for Deoxys and Leaf Green and got it after 12,700 encounters. Best of luck. That's awesome to hear. Congrats on the Shiny Deoxys, especially after such a grind as well. 12,000 encounters is not easy feat, but that is amazing to hear you've got it. And hopefully we can follow you soon and get our own. We're a little bit over 12,000 encounters though, as it is. I once hear a guy who really doesn't like Scarlet and Violet, and one of the main reasons is that he thinks Gen 9 mons are horrible in design. I know it's just an opinion, but man can hate Tinkertink. How can you hate Tinkertink? Or Tinkerton? Any of that line. I love that line. So cool. They're really cool. I don't know. It's always going to be down to taste, you know? They're so different, I think. Scarlet and Violet Gen 9 designs from a lot of like what we've had in the past, but I think they do. I like, personally for me, I love the designs. They're great, so. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, you know? I feel like a lot of the time though, I'm very easy to please with stuff. There's only a few occasions where I look at a Pokemon and think, I don't like that. And I'm sorry, Greedent is like one of those Pokemon that I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of Greedent. Cramorant as well. We know my feelings on Cramorant. I won't go into too much detail, but those two Pokemon for sure. I feel like Cramorant's slowly growing on me though. It is, but yeah, everyone's gonna have their stuff they don't like. Violet, no, mine was Scarlet. Yeah, it's actually Zangoose was the first like just random shiny encounter I had in my playthrough of Scarlet when I was going after the Ruin legendaries. Yeah, I think it was the first shiny I got in those games. Recently saw a video of a fella hunting Zangoose in Ruby. It took him 97,000 encounters to get his. So now I'm wondering if I'll hit 100k or if his record will stand. I'm hoping his record stands and you get it way sooner than that. 97,000 encounters. There's just no words for that. There is no words for that. My least favorite Pokemon of all time is Watchog. Shiny's actually pretty nice. Yeah, Shiny's pretty nice. Watchog. You forget some of these Pokemon, like, just forget about. You know, Swanna was always one of those Pokemon that I forgot about as well. Or Swanna. Then it comes in the DLCs and we get it. I quite like Swanna as well as a Pokemon. Wadey, good morning, mate. Good to see you as well. Great to be back. It is nice to be back, mate. It is after such a long time. Leg is healing up, so I'm not in the boot anymore. The cursed boot. Peter Greedent, yeah. Petro, I do not like Greedent. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. As soon as I saw it, I just had a real dislike to it. I feel bad for saying it even. Yeah. Sword and Shield. I don't know. Yeah. Greedent. I'm just thinking about Sword and Shield designs on a whole. There was some like designs in the game of the new Pokemon that were great, like Dragapult. I just think Dragapult's such a cool design Pokemon. But then there's other ones in there. I'm like, not that great. Not that fond of. But it is what it is. Cramorant with Pikachu in its mouth is top tier. It scarred me. Like literally the first time I saw that, I was like, why is that Pokemon swallowing a Pikachu? Scarred me. That might be one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Cramorant. Oh, Viking, those builds are what I'm having trouble with. Which builds? Let's see. Both Fairy Arceus and with the right white Kyurem builds. Which starter Pokemon did you pick? Just out of curiosity, because that does change that AFK method a little bit. Having a rational hatred for Frofru. I can never say that Pokemon's name. Never the biggest fan of it, but it's a huge fan favorite. And Wingull. I actually like Wingull and Pelipper. Actually not a huge fan of Pelicans though. I've seen some tragic videos online that I wish I'd never seen of pelicans like trying to swallow other animals, and it's brutal. It's probably where the Cramorant thing in the Pikachu in the mouth comes from. Not sure if unpopular opinion, but I love Drampa's great. I love Drampa too. Yeah. Tengu, I'm with you on that. Wooloo. Yeah, top tier around sheep. Could be better. Double needs an evolution. A regional double would be fire to get. It would be so good. Ton Bean. Oh, Wild, good to see you, Lee. Looking hearty. What do you think about the Switch 2 so far? I'm excited for it, mate. It looks very cool. I like that it's not like too different. They've not went too crazy with like things, and there's enough questions there to keep like to be like, okay, what's this new USB-C slot on the top for? What's this random button that I think had on some of the leak stuff? It was like the letter C on it, but it was blanked out in the trailer. So I'm like curious to know what that button in particular is for. And we'll find out in the trailer, but excited for it. It looks like a cool system. Just excited to get like more information about it. How are you? How do you feel about it? And I love the coloration of it as well, the subtle like flecks of color rather than just being solid color like the Joy-Cons and things like that. I think they've done a good job with it. They've made it look pretty sleek. Don't like how much personification they put into the starters these days. Yeah, I do wonder, I know it's been kind of leaked, but I guess we won't know officially until we know from a ZA trailer what the starter Pokemon and what the starter set will be. It's gonna be interesting to find out. And then yeah, I guess after ZA it'll be all the hype about questions with Gen 10, what new starter set, where is it going to be and all that, which is exciting. So I think the next like 2 years for Pokemon are going to be so exciting, because we're going to have like the whole ZA stuff. We might even get another game, you know, might get a Black remake, Black 2 remake, who knows. And then yeah, Gen 10 on the horizon, which is going to be very good, because it's the 30th anniversary next year. So lots planned, I think. The browser, always choose a fire type starter. It's always a solid choice, isn't it? I'm normally there with you. Grass or fire. I very rarely choose the water starter. Very rarely. Shiny Dramper is very cool as well. Gen 8 starters. I I don't know. I don't know. Like, I never really see that much hate for Gen 8 starters. I mean, Litten. You can kind of understand why Incineroar gets so much hate. I don't know if people hate it, though. I don't know. I like the Gen 8 starters. I think they're good. Did you know Drampa looks like a never-ending story creature? Yes, Joshua. 100%. It's like almost a straight rip from that film. It was the first thing I thought of when I saw it, when it was unveiled. Would you rather have black and white remakes or black 3 and white 3? Probably black 3 if I had the choice. That's only because I've played black and white 2. So I'm like, I want that story extension. But a lot of people that never played those when they were originally out, you know, I wouldn't be sad if we just got a remake of those games. Like, I'd be super, super happy. But I mean, I would always love to see black and white 3. That would be, yeah, that would be fire. There's so much left unanswered with that region, like there is with most games. But you know, you've got the ultimate dragon, the third dragon there that we don't know anything about, you know. So it would be, there's so much they could do with that. Yeah, so I'd probably pick black 3 white 3 for sure. Some good news though, I managed to get all the gold symbols in my Emerald Battle Frontier. The factory was a crazy fun. That's wild, Riley. You got all the gold symbols. That's wild, mate. Congrats. That is some grind. Every single one. And I can imagine the factory runs were just brutal. Probably one of the hardest things in any of the I think in the Pokemon franchise, the Battle Factory is probably one of the hardest facilities to actually finish. Just because the computer definitely cheats. And the RNG is rough. Soboline gets too much hate. I wouldn't say I hate it, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Like, I love the first 2 evolutions, but yeah, it's definitely not one of my favorite starters for sure. And I always feel like they could have done something better with Cinderace. Like, Cinderace is cool. I do like Cinderace a lot, but I feel like the final design for me was never like, oh, that looks amazing, I want to use it. Whereas Skull Bunny looked great, Reboot, and then Cinderace was just never lived up to like the potential of Skull Bunny, for me at least. But that's just me, you know. What do I know? Could you please make an update AFK build? Viking Media, I will take a look at it, mate. Yeah, for sure. You guys think the ZA starters are going to be on their secondary type? It'd be wild if they got secondary typings as well. That would be... It would be wild if they did. If they were completely different from what we've had before. A bit like the ZA stuff. Ended up using 11 different Pokemon to get the other golds. Crazy how much variety the Frontier offers. Cemented Emerald as the greatest game of all time, but once I finish Ruby, I'll try Heart Gold till Silver. Nice, mate. Yeah, I would love to see them bring that facility back in any modern Pokemon game. It's wild that it's never really come back in any sort of way, shape or form to that level, you know, since Emerald. The Battle Factory does cheat. I remember the CPU Dugong never missed a horn drill. Programmers like, yeah, you're never getting past this level because this Dugong secretly has no guard. So these horn drills are hitting every single time. That's brutal though. It shouldn't even be a thing in the Battle Factory. Like, one hit KO moves should have just been like taken out. I feel like that's one way to like kill anyone's hopes of wanting to run through that. Olio, AFK build. I think it's for the tournament at the school, you know, for money grinding. I always feel though that the item printer is just a way better way to, I guess if you don't have the DLCs then yeah, but the item printer, I feel like just the money farming in Scarlet and Violet is just a much easier way to do it, just for ability patches. It takes way less time, like a fraction of the time to do. Typhlosion is overrated? No way. Mighty, I do not agree, mate. I'm sorry. I'm a huge Typhlosion fan, though. Don't get me wrong. I do like Typhlosion, but I always hear that it's the best Gen 2 starter. Or gets run over by rollout from Miltank. Yeah, but that's why you have to get like a Heracross or something else to beat Whitney in a Miltank. Never bring the Typhlosion against that. Well, it wouldn't be a Typhlosion then, would it? Quilava. Just wish Nintendo would add difficulty levels for their Pokemon games, because the past few games it has been too easy, but I know it's for all ages and that's what I say difficulty. I would always, yeah, I know what you mean. It would be nice if it was just the menu screen, if we just had a way to toggle on like Master Trainer mode or something like that, where it just made it that little bit more difficult. Pokemon, how are we doing today? Good to see you. Winnie Day, how are we doing, mate? I hope you're well. I'm doing good, mate. It's nice to be back streaming after having such a break. So I'm hoping today is going to be the day that we're going to get this Deoxys. It's been too long, this hunt, and it's way overdue. I hope you're doing good, mate. Great to see you in the chat. I got so fed up with the shit called foolishness that I built a really slick, sturdy Steelix for the battle place. Nice KO moves, yeah. I mean, sub's a nice option as well, Riley, on stuff to just get around. But the RNG in the Battle Factory is just, it's a joke, like a lot of the time. And you know when your run's coming to an end, because you get a sense at the start of the battle when you're like, yeah, I'm in a good position, and then it's like, okay, the crits, the freezes, the burns, they all start to show their face, and you're like, yeah, I've just wasted the last 3 days grinding through to get to this point for it all to be snatched away by the CPU, the cheating CPU. I'm not bitter in any sort of way at all. For Alligator, or rather Totodile, is my favorite Gen 2 starter, Aaron. Yeah, it's a great one. Probably my favorite from Gen 2. Imagine they put a Nuzlocke difficulty setting on the game. That would be wild. You never know as well with like what they do in future games. I think they're always like implementing, you know, new ideas and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll get like new mechanics, new ideas in ZA, because I feel like these are like good testing grounds for future generation games, you know. But that would be wild. Yeah, Mr. Bros, I know what you mean. I try and get psyched to play through the game, and it just becomes a button mash and breeze. I think that's the problem with a lot of them, you know. I feel there isn't that like difficulty level, whereas with like Legends Arceus, I genuinely found some of the boss fights in that, especially like the Arceus one. That was like, I don't know many people that would have done that on their first run through. So that was like really refreshing. And the fact, I think in Legends Arceus as well, I like the idea of you kind of getting attacked by Pokemon, and your player character, you know, can faint in those games, and it's not really related to you having Pokemon and them fainting that would send you back to the Pokemon Center or the camp or wherever, you know. So I'd love to see those sort of mechanics return in ZA. Those difficulty mechanics. Pokemon, thank you so much. Hopefully we do get the shiny today. Crimson, how are we doing, mate? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Belated Happy New Year. It's been a while. Back now, out of the boot. I did show it earlier on stream, but this is what I have had on. This massive unit of a thing. I no longer need to wear it though, which is good. I look like a right unit with it on as well, but I'm pleased I don't need to wear it. So weird as well, when I got it from the hospital, I was like, do I bring this back after I'm done with it? They were like, no, just throw it in the bin. I was like, sorry. They were like, yeah, just throw it away, we can't take it back. I was like, that's the craziest thing ever. They were like, we can't clean it. It's like, surely there's ways of cleaning it so you're not wasting it. I just feel like it's such a waste. So that is now my possession forever in case anything happens and I need a boot again. I always liked Skylanders since I was a kid, but wasn't until recently they got Skylanders figures in Venezuela. When I was a kid, there was a big crisis in food resources, so I never got even one. Wow. Nice to like get things that you wanted as a kid when you get a bit older and start collecting them. I do that with a lot of stuff. CK, I don't think Pokemon actually make a setting that if you lose a single battle, you're done. Game over. But maybe you lose, you go back to the last save no matter what. That'd be kind of, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they would ever do that where it's like a game over sort of screen. But yeah, go back to a previous save. That could work, couldn't it? What happened to my leg though? It was when I was in Stuttgart, when I was in the regionals over there. So I like literally rolled my ankle, but I think it was worse because I had my high tops on. So like my lower bit of my, well, the upper bit of my ankle was kind of forced to go over as well on it. I didn't think it was as bad as it turned out to be. But yeah, like a week after I got back, I just like, I couldn't even move. I couldn't walk or anything. So it was like, it was weird though, that entire week. It'd been sore and it'd been like weird. I'd had weird sensations, like weird numbness in it and like pins and needles in my heel, like constantly. But I was just, I don't know. I just thought it wasn't that bad because I sprained my ankle like a bunch of times before and it's been pretty bad. So I was like, this isn't that bad. But then it got to really bad where I had like this mad Achilles pain and I couldn't move my leg and like my whole like calf muscle had like seized up and I was like, okay, I've done something really bad. So yeah, and then I spent like pretty much the whole of the Christmas like not being able to do anything, being a hermit. So this past weekend when I went to Birmingham last week, it started to feel a lot better, and I was kind of worried about going to Birmingham and being able to get about, especially because the event, you're on your feet like the entire day. So I was like a bit unsure if I'd be okay, but it was super fine. So yeah, I got an ultrasound on it tomorrow, so we'll see what that comes back with. But yeah, that's crazy they can't clean it. I know, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, it's such a waste, like so crazy. Thank you, CK, I appreciate that, mate. In case the boot, and then put it in the centerpiece. Yeah, in case, fill it with like a resin, put a resin like box around it. Yeah, but it's a lot better than it was. It's still like a bit sore, but I can actually move about, which is a huge bonus. So, but when I first did it, I was like, I couldn't physically sit like this at the desk. It was like, no. So that was really annoying because it's just put me way behind with like streaming and stuff like that. But it was like off such a nothing incident as well. I was literally just walking to the hotel and I did the whole event on that weekend and it was sore when I was doing the casting, but I was like, not to the point where I couldn't walk. So I just kind of got on with it, which was probably not the right thing to do. I should have probably rested it that weekend, but it is what it is. Sam, so like, do we know if it's shiny from the silhouette? Shows up on the left. Yeah, it should. You should be able to tell. Like, it would be a more yellowy color when it comes into frame here. But being so deep into the hunt, I'm so paranoid about resetting early on it in case I just miss, like, I don't notice, you know. So I'm kind of tending to allow it to just come into full frame enough so I can be definitely sure it's not yellow and it's orange and I'm resetting over it. But you would be able to see when it comes into frame, yeah, that it would be the shiny. I really hope we get it today. I really hope, because it could be like any of these resets. It could be shiny. The likelihood is not great, but we'll see. You're one of the first trainers I viewed. Pokemon, I feel very honored, my friend. I feel very honored. We could even use epoxy resin, preserve it in the time. Yeah, we could. Yeah, just preserve it forever. I should bury it in my backyard. Someone to find one day and be like, why did someone do this? I just hope I never need to use it again. It's so uncomfortable as well. It like pulls so much to keep your leg in such a position. It like makes the Achilles like feel like you're doing something to that. And it's a mission to take off. It's got about 100 Velcro straps. Mighty, I don't know why I like Cinderace so much, mate. So you're like, I've probably offended you by my Cinderace comments. So I will just say, I'm sorry, but I can't change how I feel about Cinderace. I feel like its final design could have been so much better than it was, though. For me, it's just like oozes charisma and determination by being a football player. I know, I don't know. There's something about that I'm just like, I'm a huge football fan as well, but I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't like the whole vibe with a Pokemon being like a football. I just feel like the football thing was like forced in there and it just didn't feel, to me at least, it didn't feel like a natural thing. So I don't know. It never sat quite right for me. And that's probably a reason why I'm not like a huge fan of that final design. Whereas the other like first and second evolution, I'm like all about, yeah, that's good. Made a Pokemon that does great and throw dressing without being so exaggerated. Yeah, I guess it's good though that like I appreciate that you like it so much. Zuki, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great day. Thanks for opening and joining the screen. 2 days ago, finally complete shiny Dex in Scarlet, and that is insane. That is amazing. Congrats on that, and the DLC with the DLCs as well. That is awesome. That is amazing. What an accomplishment. I really want to do it myself, but that is phenomenal. Great to hear. All done as well in plenty of time before the year. Speaking of Birmingham, that finals was heartbreaking. That move miss. Oh, I know, so close. So it's always one of the things that puts me off, like Kyogre and Groudon. So I used Terapagos going into the tournament, but I was really close to running Groudon, and one of the only reasons which put me off was I was just like, I know for a fact I'm gonna have a match where Precipice Blades misses, and it's gonna be a really crucial turn, and it's just gonna happen. It happens so much back when I use like Primal Groudon. Anytime I've used Precipice Blades, it's always been the same with Origin Pulse as well. It can be a real heartbreak, yeah, and it's just, you know, one of those moves, and I really don't understand why Origin Pulse, Precipice Blades don't get 100% accuracy, because I think if they were 100% accurate, those two Pokemon would get a lot more usage. I mean, Kyogre gets enough usage now, but when you look at Astral Barrage and you look at Glacial Lance, which are just absolutely busted moves, 100% accurate, and it's like, come on. Kyogre, Groudon aren't as powerful as Calyrex forms, and they've got like, yeah, they've got such a deficit with their moves. And I know they get the weather as well, but I mean, Groudon's not really benefiting with Precipice Blades from the weather, so I could complain about it all day. But yeah, heartbreaking, mate. And I'm sure it's not the last we see. You know, I think we've got We got a US regional this weekend. I think we have. There'll probably be way more on stream this weekend happening like that. The boot is like your Achilles goes, yeah, not where it is. Coronator Prime, how are we doing today? Hope you're good. Thanks for joining the stream. Sam Senderis became my favorite starter because of the football. I liked it to start with, but I think, like, I don't know, it just never really sat right with me, you know? That thing, it just felt so forced. I think if it had been, it just feels like, because they were like, it's Gallows based on Britain, so Britain's got a big football history. We gotta like shoehorn this in somewhere, and they did it there. I don't know. It's just like, it's probably just my skewed mind, so just ignore my opinion on it. It's a great Pokemon. I do like it, but there's just those little things about it that I'm like, never quite sold it 100% to me. Thank you. I hope we get the Deoxys soon. I really do. The Gen 3 boys are really the only old school legends that can keep up. I know they seriously are. If you look at it like that, I think in they'll probably get used more in double restricted GS Cup as well. I think Groudon will be even better in a double restricted format. Probably Kyogre as well, you know. But yeah, they feel like they're the consistence. They're always there, you know. I think whatever format you get them in, just having the weather as their ability is such a big play, you know. It's so important. But yeah, it's sad really when you look, I mean, like Mewtwo, when you look back to the older gens, like Mewtwo, it's just, I know there's the size spam teams, but they're a bit memey. I don't feel like Mewtwo's not really that consistent. I don't think it's going to be winning any tournaments. Lugia, Ho-Oh, on the other hand, I think do have potential. Because the Lugia teams that I've seen kind of running around, they're a little bit like the Eternatus stuff, where you're kind of playing a lot of setup. And if you're not prepared against them, then they can really cause you a lot of issues. But yeah, the Gen 3 Legends, just the mainstay. It says a lot about them, their designs, how well they've done over the years. Very well designed Pokemon. When I saw its final Eevee, I said, that's my starter. I even sticked to my level 100 Cinderace in my playthrough of the DLCs of Sword. By the way, I like them, but I think the base game is miles better. Carnator, I'm doing great, thanks. Only need 3 shiny legends left, and I'll have every shiny legendary that's shiny huntable. That's incredible. Congrats. Only 3 left. Which ones are they? Which ones do you have left? Pokemon. Do you battle one Violet? I challenged a trainer Osirus on there, and they won twice. No, I've only been playing recently on the ladder on my Scarlet copy. So someone's impersonating me. I don't know if I've got a Violet with the Osirus name either, so I think it's only on my Scarlet that Osirus exists. But yeah, I played a lot on the ladder in the run up to Birmingham, testing loads of different variants of Terrapagos. It was fun, and I think I will continue to play it. I don't know what I'm going to play in the global challenge though. I do want to play in that. Play some random best of one gimmicky thing. Controlling the weather is massive. That's why, despite the power creep, Pelipper will, yeah, and Pelipper's like surprisingly such a good Pokemon in general anyway. Like you would always expect it to be like such a glass cannon sort of Pokemon, but it's fairly bulky. It's, and the weather that you get with it, yeah, the Wide Guard, the utility of Wide Guard in this format, any sort of restricted format, it's just so good, isn't it? I like Inteleon a lot more than Sceptile. I'm not with you there, Mighty. I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing so much with you today, and it's not intentional. I'm not the biggest fan of Inteleon. Again, I feel like the final design could have just been better. I do love it shiny though. It's got a very nice shiny. I do like Sceptile though a lot. I feel like the anime played a big role in me being a big Sceptile fan though. Tapu Fini, Coco, and Bulu. There's some fire shinies that you need for the last 3. Are you doing them in Dynamax Adventure raids? I wish you all the luck. I hope you get them very quick, my friend. But yeah, if you're going for them when we're streaming and you manage to get any, just let us know in the chat. We can pop off with you. 3 to go though. That's awesome. When it by the way, so your shiny legendary video, a really good one. It's also going doing a great job. Viewer wise, really happy for you. Thank you so much, mate. I put so much work into that. I was so worried about how it would be received, how it would go down, you know, like all the things, and I put so many hours into it. It was just, yeah, a big stress, but it was so nice to have it finished and for it to do like super well. I really appreciate that, mate. I really do. Thank you so much. Next one shouldn't be too long away, which I'm hoping to get wrapped up soon, so I'm looking forward to that one. It might not be as good, it might not live up to expectations, but we'll see. I'm enjoying doing the longer form videos as well at the minute, especially when there's not really that much going on in the game department. We're starved at the minute, but Pokemon Day like a month away, so we're good. If we can just hold out for that, I think we'll be good for the rest of the year. Should be. Andre, you got all the Tapus. Nice. They're such great shinies, aren't they? All of the Tapus have absolutely banger shinies. I hope the Tapus make a return in Gen 10. It's been weird not having them, like not having terrain control. Really, outside of like Indeedee, Rillaboom. I mean, Pincurchin. Can we put that in there? It's kind of, I guess it does have the electric terrain, but outside of the Tapus though, if the Tapus were in Scarlet and Violet, it'd be wild format. And Pokemon, I'm sorry. We could just pretend like it was me. Yeah, we could pretend. Hunting Solgaleo and Shield at the moment. It's taking so long, Andre. Good luck with that Solgaleo hunt. It will pop up eventually. The odds in Dynamax Adventure raids are so good as well, but they can be brutal where you can just go on these mad long runs where you just get nothing after nothing. But I'd send you all the luck. Hope you get it soon. Shiny Solgaleo is one of the best shiny legendaries. Mr. Browser, I didn't really take any footage when I was in Birmingham, so I probably won't do a video on it. I should have done it. But yeah, the only footage I took was when Charlie was doing the shiny challenge stuff, so I've got a couple of videos of Charlie at the start and at the end of that. But no, if I go to another one, I'll make sure to record some footage. How long do you plan to stream today? It's late where I am, but I am invested in the Deoxys shiny hunt, so we probably got like at the least another hour easily. But if it's late, my dude, then the VOD will be up on the channel if you want to check that out. I don't want to keep you up. But the Deoxys might shine today. That's all I'm saying. It might shine. It might not as well. Likelihood is it probably won't. Like, how many streams have we done so far with this? And it's just not, it's not come. But I gotta stay positive. Gotta say one of these resets is gonna be the one where it comes in. It's gotta happen soon. I was grinding and got every other shiny in Ultra Sun and Moon, plus getting shiny Type Null and Silvally. Oh, nice. The Type Null and Silvally hunts I still need to do at some point. Ultra Sun and Moon though, it's like, it's still, I think, the best for hunting the legendaries. If you've got access to those games, it's just so good for just getting the shiny legendaries. I don't think anything's been as good since. People argue Dynamax Adventures, the odds are better, but I still feel like it's way too grindy. Connor, you are welcome, my friend. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. Hope you're having a great day yourself, mate. Bring us some luck. with this Deoxys. I'm just at the point now where I think, it's just, it doesn't exist. Shiny Deoxys does not exist in these games. Maybe I can like entice it out by saying it doesn't exist in the games. Like, nah, it does. You're close, bro. I can feel it. It's weird, like most days when I come in, we've done this hunt before, I feel like super positive, like we're gonna get it today. I don't know, I just feel just going through the motions. It's gotta happen at some point though, right? It has to. I'm gonna hold out a little more because I agree. I think it'll shine tonight. I want to be here for the moment. Me crying because we're like, we're free from Deoxys. We no longer need to hunt this Pokemon. Being honest though, I could be a little bit quicker with the resets, but I'm so worried that I'm just not seeing or missing the yellow and I reset over it. That would be like the most heartbreaking thing. Be the worst. Slick hunt, a slick hunt I came up with doing recently is getting a shiny Cubone in Emerald through breeding, so it has Belly Drum. Oh, that's cool. And then ribbing it up and making a Alolan Marowak unique set. Mate, that is a very slick hunt. I love that. The Alolan Marowak. I miss Alolan Marowak as well. Such a cool Pokemon, isn't it? Yeah, all these Alolan forms. I mean, we got a few of them in Scarlet and Violet, but we didn't get there's a lot that they missed out. Dominic, how are we doing today, mate? I hope you're well. Having a great day. Thanks for joining the stream with us. We are on the grind still for the shiny Deoxys. I did do some resets for the shiny Deoxys. So Charlie did a shiny, full odds shiny event in Birmingham. And I took my Leaf Green with me. So I did like 133 resets in the hour. So I did add those on to the totals this morning before we started. But again, no shiny at that event, which is probably a good thing because it would be nice to have it on stream. I brought something great today. It's Hot Wheels version of 18 van. Very cool. Very nice. Awesome. Separated, how are we doing today? It's good to see you as well. I'm doing good, mate. And great to see you. Hope you had a happy new year. Good holiday time of the Christmas period. It's nice to be back though after like such a long break. Oh, I wish Scarlet and Violet will release 7-star raids for shiny Koraidon, Miraidon. Maybe Pokemon Day. I think that's what everyone's kind of hoping for. I'm a little skeptical on whether or not that's what we'll get. I mean, that would be like the most hype 7-star raid we could get, I think, for both of those. It'd be really, really nice if we yeah. I just feel like there'll be mystery gift events rather than a raid, but it would be so good to get them in a raid. Yeah, I just hope we get some sort of banger 7-star raid for Pokemon Day. I mean, which ones have we had in the past? So last year we got Venusaur and Blastoise. We got Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise. And I think the year before, did we get the Gimmighoul? The chest form Gimmighoul event? Did I do... I mean, the Blastoise Venusaur before the Indigo Disc. Or was that not last year? Was that the year before? I think I'm maybe getting confused. Yeah, we got the Venusaur Blastoise anyway before Indigo Disc, maybe, did we? It's all just such a spaghetti junction in my head. But yeah, fingers crossed we get something banger for Pokemon Day. I'm pretty sure we will. I've been playing both Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and Shield for shiny legendaries. Got 46 in total. Only 7 of them were on the Switch. So yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, way better for shiny legendaries. I think it's just the speed in which you can get through encounters on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Whereas, yeah, Sword and Shield, it's so grindy. I'd rather than be a Terrorid than there's a shiny Koraidon, Miraidon, and Charizard. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, having the shiny in a Beast Ball would be way better than a Cherish. Not that I dislike the Cherish Ball, but it'd be nice to have the option to put it in whatever ball we kind of wanted, you know. James, thank you so much for coming by the stream today, mate. It's been awesome hanging out, and I'll hopefully catch you on the next one. Have a safe journey and good day, mate. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to work out what time we'll be streaming tomorrow, so. Riley, I'm not sure if the video will be up on Charlie's channel. I know he was talking about potentially doing a video about it, so there's a good chance. I can't say for definite whether or not he's going to do that or not. It was released in 2011, Dominic. That's crazy. Wow. The Relic, you've got it. Chloe, good to see you. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Elated Happy New Year. Hope you're doing all right, though. And great to see you join the stream. Yeah, I agree with you. Anytime we get a Cherish Ball Pokemon, it's always like, it'd be nice if we could have just chose our own, but it is what it is. Next mystery gift Pokemon though for EUIC, we're getting the Marco Silva's Jumpluff, which is pretty cool. So that's a nice mystery gift. Unfortunately, it's not a shiny, but it's fine. It's still a nice mystery gift. Still a nice mystery gift. So what we really need is the winner of EUIC to have like a full team of shinies, because then we know for NAIC we'll have a mystery gift shiny event. So that will be pretty fire. James, hit that thumbs up, chat. Only 54 likes. If you are in chat and you are enjoying the stream, do hit the like button. It does help share the stream around and everything like that, and it would be massively appreciated. If you're not liking the stream, I guess just hit the dislike button, thumbs down button. Any engagement is engagement. Is there no, there's not. No, there is a down button. There's this thumbs down button still there. Yeah, I thought they took that away. I don't know. Jaden, how are we doing today? I hope you're well, and thanks for hopping in, joining the stream with us in this ever so long Deoxys hunt. This I like. This I like. Yeah, the this I like button. Like that, Riley. But yeah, I'll have to speak to Charlie, see if he is doing that, because if he is, he'll need the start. I recorded the start of the challenge with him and the end, so I've got like the key bits of footage from it. I know he recorded most of it from his end, so it would make sense that he does a video with it, but I guess it's just whether or not Charlie's got time for it. He's a busy man with these podcast guests and his streams and these other stuff that he's got going on as well. So, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping we can do more of those in future. Find myself a new hunt. Shiny GBA, insert Gengar in Platinum. Petro, that sounds like a banger hunt. Good luck with it as well, my friend. Keep us up to date with how it's going. If you don't like the stream, hit the like button on your way out. Yes, if you that's the way to do it, Professor Oak. Yeah, if you don't like the stream, just hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate it. Boom. Right, come on. Just been looking since earlier. Was it got brunch when I saw you go live and had to stop and say hi. Love that, Mint. You laugh. And thanks for your congrats. No, big congrats, mate. I do. And yeah, Mint. I haven't heard that in a long time. I met some fella Northeast lads at the Birmingham Regional the weekend. It was really cool. They're really nice. Both really nice. Ah, he's making a video from Birmingham. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll make like a recap. Hopefully he includes those bits in it. That'd be nice, yeah. Good Wednesday so far, David. Enjoy that coffee, my friend. While we get the shiny Deoxys, it's gonna happen. Come on. This one, the magic one. It's not. They're both what's it color? Cheeto color. I need to find Soul Silver to do a shiny Dream Team. It's like probably one of the best games to do the Dream Team quest on, I feel, just because the starter hunt is like a lot easier than a lot of the other games. The games look really nice as well. There's some really cool hunts in it. I mean, I've really enjoyed the shiny Oni Nuzlocke that we've done so far. I think a great game to do it on. Fingers crossed you can find it. Mighty. That's awesome, mate. Is it like, I would imagine like it's probably those like items, because I don't know, the Skylanders, is it still like going? I'm so ignorant to it, so I don't mean to be, but I imagine like that stuff could get quite pricey, so to find somewhere that you can pick it up for a good price is awesome to hear. Glad you got the Ogopons in the group photo. Yes, they made the photo. That was the big thing about it, mate. It was such a good photo. It was at the end. I'm pleased the Ogopons made it in. I'm jealous of those Ogopon plushes though. They're so nice. They are so good. It's kind of made like convinced me to be like, yeah, I've got to pick at least one up. Hopefully they have them at AUIC. But they are super nice. Mate, Mighty, we have those same exact stores in the UK. We've had them for years. I didn't know that they were like a worldwide chain now. That's wild. CEX, yeah. Thought about attending Birmingham myself, spectating, but couldn't really justify the costs. I didn't have enough free time. It's all, yeah, mate. What you want to do, Rich, is... I don't know if we've only got one regional in the UK here this year. So there's EUIC, which is next month, like a month's time, 4 weeks, which is very exciting. If you can make that, that would be cool. There's lots of stuff going on as well, like side event stuff. Definitely more of a world's level event than a regional with side event stuff. Like, to be fair, Birmingham had a good amount of side event stuff going on, and they had like the retro corner with, they had loads of the old games set up. They had a really cool speed challenge that I wanted to do, which was, I think, Pokemon Red. You had to... It was the fastest person to catch a Jigglypuff, which is like Route 3, I think, on the way to Mount Moon from Pewter City. I was convinced, I was like, I could do it. I could do that quick. But there was just such demand for it. I never got the chance to like actually hop in and do it. So next time. But yeah, EUIC, if you can make it down there, mate, you'll have an absolute blast. And it's like one of those events where you can like just bring the family, because I think there's so much to do for like all ages. What was your team for Birmingham? What was the strat? So I used Terrapagos for and it was Carmine sub. I made some last minute changes, which I don't know, like the changes made my Zama matchup way better, but I don't know overall on a whole if it made my general matchups maybe a little bit worse. Like, I faced only Zama, only Kali Ice and Groudon in Birmingham, so my matchup roulette was not the best. I was expecting to face like a lot more Kali Shadow, Miraidon, Kyogre, and I saw none of them. But I played Terrapagos, Incy, Rillaboom, Walking Wake, Fluttermane, and Ogopon Hard Flame. So the team is pretty solid. I'd love to do some runs with it on the ladder on stream. I don't know if you guys would want to see it. Casey Pokemon, how are you doing, Casey, mate? Great to see you. Hope you're having a great day. And thanks for hopping in and joining us in this Deoxys hunt this morning. What's my favorite Pokemon? Jaden, Tyranitar is always my favorite. But I have a lot of favorite Pokemon, but I always say if I had to pick one, I'd always pick Tyranitar. What about yourself? And they did the Brock Challenge last year at EUIC, so they'll probably do it again. What was the Brock Challenge? What did that entail? They even have a lot of original Pokemon GBA DS games. Man, I wish you could have my old GBA SP still working. Do you know what's wrong with it, Mighty? You should definitely look at trying to like refurb it, fix it up if you can. Parts for like GBA stuff aren't too bad. Charles, how are we doing today, my friend? Good to see you. And thanks for joining the stream. It's been a while since I have streamed, so I am just gonna say belated Happy New Year to everyone that jumps in today. It will only be for today though. But yeah, so I haven't streamed since like last year because of my foot. So it's awesome to be back. Finally getting on with this Deoxys hunt. And I have to set the target now. We have to get Deoxys before Pokemon Day. I started after Pokemon Day last year, like barely after Pokemon Day last year, like a week after Pokemon Day. So I've got to get it done. We cannot let this go on more than a year. It's a shame we don't get more regionals in the UK. I would love us to get like at least one more throughout a year, but I think with how they do it around Europe now, it's probably only fair that we get one, especially when the UK gets EUIC as well. Also need to make a new team for EUIC because I'm not using my Birmingham team again. It disappointed me. If you need any help, mate, I think Groudon's a good shout. You know, I think there's that what they're coining the Chinese Groudon build at the minute. There's a few variants of it with Gouging Fire and things like that on it. I think that's a good option. I still think Terrapagos is still an archetype that needs figuring out. It's still very strong, you know. Remember, I saw an original copy of Ruby for like 15 euros. My budget is kind of limited right now. 15 euros. That's good though. Just make sure it's not like a bootleg copy. That would be heartbreaking if it was. I'm sure it's not though. I'm sure like I say that for CEX, I think you have to be careful with that. Even like there, I've heard some horror stories about stuff that's been sold there, and it's not like down to the staff or anything because just they didn't know. But they might be better now than what they were. He was playing Pokemon Red, beating Brock in the fastest time. Yeah. That's cool. Squirtle is your start. If you're doing a challenge like that, Squirtle's always the best starter because Bulba would seem like the best. The one that I did, the speed run that I did, it was to get as far into the game as possible within half an hour, I think, which I liked because I feel like you had a limit then. There was one person playing when I went up to do the speed challenge for the Jigglypuff and they were just like randomly playing the game. So I was like, I don't know if they've got like a time limit on how long you can spend on a run, but they were just having the best time in Gen 1. I was like, I can't really complain. But yeah, so I didn't get to go. Birmingham felt like everyone was trying to counter the meta of the Worlds, but then hardly anyone brought teams from Worlds, so there was a lot of cool interaction. Yeah, there was lots of cool interaction, loads of cool teams, loads of people have been cooking for Birmingham for sure. Eternatus stuff. I'm surprised I didn't see any Lugia. I felt like Lugia would be a real sleeper pick going into that event, and I still feel like Lugia has got some legs. I wouldn't be surprised if it does well in NA this weekend. I think if you aren't prepared for Lugia, like, it's so strong with that multi-scale, and if you get it set up, you know, the Calm Mind. There was one I played it against a Lugia Dorzo team online, and it psyched up the Dorzo, which was just horrendous, and then I lost on time to it because I just didn't have the resources to take it down. But yeah, I do feel like Lugia could be quite a scary Pokemon, which is odd to say. in this format, but yeah, we'll see. This has been going on for nearly a year. Yes, Sam. I think, I don't know the exact date in March, but that's when we started it. So yeah, it's been like on and off with other things, but I think before the holidays, I said, I'm just going to stick to Deoxys. We're not going to do anything else other than Deoxys going forward. So that's what we're doing now. Boom, ba-dum. Right, we'll do this one, and I'm going to go and grab a drink quickly, and I will be right back, friends. So let's see, have we got the shiny? Have we got it? We have not. No shiny, so we'll be right back. After, I'm just going to top my water up, friends, because it's so hot in here today. So I'll be literally 2 minutes, and I'll be back. So be right back. No, we don't want that screen. We want this screen. This screen's the screen we want. Sorry, friends. It took longer than I needed. I needed to fill my water jug up. It was empty. Right. Get back to it. Where did I leave off? Okay, water got here. Okay, let's sync these up before we go any further. Thanks for hanging tight, friends. I need to get myself a big old fat water bottle again. So I need to stop having breaks. Aaron, how are we doing today? Finally got shiny Dialga, and then I got Giratina, Mewtwo, all from BDSP. Wow, that's awesome, mate. And what a game to get them from as well. Congrats on all those shinies. That is awesome. Good luck with Deoxys, and thanks for the motivation. You are welcome, mate. Good job on sticking with them though, especially those games. The reset times in those games is brutal. So proper trophy shinies. Also hear horror stories like that in GameStop. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of the bootleg copies now are like so hard to tell from the authentic ones, you know. Confied, how are we doing today? Hope you're well. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for hopping in and joining us on this ever long hunt for Deoxys. Better Crest, great to see you as well. How are we doing today? Speaking of Eternatus, I really went out to get the codes for the shiny one way back for Sword and Shield. Shiny Eternatus is a banger shiny as well, isn't it? I love it. You're about to get the Deoxys? I hope so. I hope so. If we can get it before 16,500, that would be nice. I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. Just free us from these games. And then we'll move on and we'll go after Mewtwo. I'm joking. Not yet. We'll not go for Mewtwo just yet. If there's no shiny Deoxys before Pokemon Day, do we smash a 24-hour stream? I think that is the plan, Rich, for sure. We've just got to do it. We just got to do it. Imagine if we do it though and we don't get the Deoxys in that 24 hours. I'd feel so gutted. I think we'd do it alongside. We'd probably drop the fire red at that point and then do other things alongside, so we keep the Deoxys going the entire stream until we get it, and then we do other hunts alongside it from other games. So we could maybe make a list, but that's definitely on the agenda, I think, if we don't get it. So we've got a few weeks to really grind out the Deoxys hunt, hopefully get it, but if not, then a 24-hour all in one last ditch attempt to get it before Pokemon Day is definitely the play. Riley, if there's a 24-hour, I'm taking a day off and I'll be right there with you, pal. We'll get the Zangoose and the Deoxys all in one fell swoop. Got to do it. Like, that's the I'm now setting the deadline, like, by Pokemon Day. So I think Pokemon Day is the week after EUIC. So that week, on what day will the Pokemon Day presents be on? Probably a Wednesday or a Thursday. So like the Monday or the Tuesday, if we haven't got the Deoxys by then on that Monday or Tuesday we do the 24-hour stream. Yeah, 100%. And then we'll have some forfeits, and hopefully by then as well, that would work out quite well, because my hair is probably, it's like so close to being ready to donate to charity, to cut off and donate to charity. I'm so done with my hair right now. So maybe that stream is the one where we say, okay, get Deoxys, I can have my hair chopped live on stream, which would be something, and then yeah, we'll go from there and we'll do some fun things around it as well. Maybe try and raise some money for the charity that I'm donating the hair to as well, which would be a nice thing. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Deoxys attack is a personal favorite, although I also like the defense form. Bro, it looks so goofy without a neck. I know, right? It's just a tank, isn't it? I do like the defense form. There's a part of me that's like, it is the one. I'll get the goose and my own Deoxys hunt going too. Yes, and then we'll get it done, Riley. I like this. I like this plan a lot. Count me in. I've got holidays and EUs before the end of March. Let's do it. That sounds good. I feel like we just do it anyway. Even if we get the Deoxys, maybe we do something else. Do a 24-hour. It's been on the cards for such a long time. And I feel like with my hair growing over this last year, which has taken longer than a year, to get to the length that I need to donate it, I feel like that deserves a stream on its own, so we could just do it for that sake as well. I'll be there the full 24 hours, the grind. It would be cool. It would be a really good one to do. I would, I think I'd enjoy the 24-hour. I've never done a full 24-hour stream before, but I would be definitely up for it. Cornrows, no, definitely not. You know I would never suit that, Professor Oak. You never want to see that version of me. Do you know the difference between Stellar type and Shadow type? Shadow type? I don't know. No, I know Stellar type. Shadow type sounds well hype though. Imagine if that's a new typing that we get in ZA. That'd be fire. The only Shadow type that I know about is from Gales of Darkness, which has never, sadly, ever made a return. I guess in Pokemon Go it has, but never really in a main series title. It needs to come back though, in a big way. Draconic, I got the shiny Regice in under odds in 3,651 checks. That's awesome to hear. It's a nice shiny as well, very subtle, but a nice one. Do you have to get a certain length to donate your hair, or is it a personal length goal? So to donate, it needs to be a minimum of 7 inches. So I made a huge error, which I wish I hadn't done now, but I guess for Worlds, it made sense to do. I went and got a maintenance cut on the back of my hair before I cast Worlds in August. And if I hadn't done that, I would have been able to donate it like by now. So it was a bit of an error on my end, but I was like, oh, I'm casting worlds. I need to look presentable, right, for worlds, which is, I think, acceptable and probably not the wrong decision. Because I hold worlds. Being able to cast worlds, I feel like I should do everything in my power. So that's to look semi-respectable, which I felt like at the time I didn't. Whoa. Crashing in my room. There's a ghost in here. So yeah, that put me behind a lot with the hair length. But it's a good length now. It's like down to my chin, my fringe. I've never had it that long before. So it's just the sides that are like just that little bit. I think like maybe half an inch away from being 7 inches. And then there's parts of it that are like getting towards 9, which didn't get a chop. So yeah. But it has to be a minimum of 7 inches to donate, so they can make a wig out of it, basically. And then it's for like children's charity that make wigs for children that have issues with like alopecia or going through cancer treatments and things like that. So it's a really good cause. And I did it last year. I made the decision last year. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do for the next year. But then we're into the next year now. Silly thing, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Just want to say I appreciate all the raid counter videos you do. Wishing you all the shiny luck, mate. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm just pleased the raid videos helped, and any raids that we do in future, hopefully they help as well if you need the help with them. But I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming by, and for the good luck as well. We definitely need that. Definite jump scare there. I don't know what it was. I think it was my light coming off the wall, which is slightly weird. Some spooky things been going on in the house recently. I'm just trying to ignore them and just put them down to like rational things. But some stuff. Like the other night, I was going to bed and like all the doors were locked, and like one of the rooms upstairs, I'd like closed all the doors earlier that night, okay? And I checked all the rooms. Like, I checked the rooms because I'd went out and I'd left the doors open. So like, me being paranoid, I came in and checked all the rooms. I checked all the rooms and closed the doors behind me, okay? And as I was going to bed, one of the lights in the rooms with the door closed, like the light was on in one of the rooms where I'd closed the door, and I checked the room, and I 100% know for a fact that I did not turn the light on, and I was like so spooked, and I was like, how is the light on in there? And I like asked Tash, I was like, have you been in there? She was like, no, and that spooked her. And I was like, okay, this is like really weird. So I'm like super spooked about that at the minute. And there's some nights when I'm doing edits for videos that I'm working on, and I'm just in my office here, and it's super quiet, and there's like weird noises, like there's someone moving around in the kitchen, and like I'm thinking about all this stuff at the minute. So I'm like, there's a poltergeist in the house, and I'm gonna get possessed. That's my train of thought at the minute. So yeah, it was spooky. But anything like that ever happens to any of you guys, let me know in the chat. There's probably a simple explanation for it, but I just cannot get that simple explanation now in the minute. I'm just freaked out. Get promoting the charity and the link. I do need to, yeah. I need to pull out all the stuff they sent me as well. So there's no mandatory like donation amount that I need to give with the hair, but I did want to like, I think to make a wig for the charity was like £750. Costs them to have the wigs made. So I was like, at least at the very minimum, that's what I would like to have to donate with the hair. We've had weird stuff happen on stream before, like pictures falling down and stuff in the background as well. I think a ghost popped into my kitchen because I heard a thud. I'm like walking around the house being like, leave us alone, go away. It's weird though. I don't feel like this could be haunted, this house, because I always feel like anything that would be haunted would have to be really old and lived in for like forever, right? This is quite a new house. Like it's not even 10 years old, this house. So I'm like, how can it be haunted? Maybe it's on some like weird burial ground, like Pet Cemetery style, and there's like just some like ancient force at work. I keep watching like spooky stuff as well, which doesn't help. It just makes my mind wander to places where I'm freaking myself out for no reason. But there's probably a simple explanation for it, and it's probably a ghost, and it's out to get me. The 24-hour stream will be fun. Just me like scared for 24 hours. In Pokemon Scarlet, I got a teensy shiny Silicobra and a jumbo shiny Flamigo in HX. Wow, that's amazing. The jumbo Flamigo as well. What a banger. What a banger shiny. That's awesome to hear. Congrats. Lumpy, how are we doing, mate? Good to see you. Flexing that 16 months membership. Thank you so much, mate. Happy New Year. Belated Happy New Year. And it's good to see you. I hope you're doing good, my friend. Stefan, how are we doing today? You need Poltergeist 3000. Yeah, that's what I need. Ghost defenses. Might just be me being forgetful, but Grandma is convinced Mum is hiding stuff to signal she is here. But again, really difficult to prove. I know, it's always tricky, isn't it? And you always feel like nuts, like even suggesting stuff like that. But there's a part of me that believes all that sort of thing. So I think you might be onto something, you know? My room is always mysterious, been that way since I was born. Now hunting for Jumbo Shiny Ekans after getting 2 Jumbo Shiny Seviper. Stefan, that's awesome. 2 Shiny Jumbo Seviper. Good luck with the Ekans hunt as well. I hope you get the mark on it very soon. I still feel burnt by my attempt at trying to get a shiny Alolan Raichu. Man, I got like nearly 100 shiny Alolan Raichus, and not one of them even came close to having the jumbo mark. No fun, no fun. Corey, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. Hope you get the shiny Deoxys today. Just wondering, once you get the shiny Deoxys, are you plan to ultimately send it to Pokemon Home? Yes, that is the plan. So we'll probably do it on stream, the whole process of it as well. So that is the idea. I want to get it into Scarlet and Violet, but gotta get it first. I would like to do a giveaway for the Deoxys as well, because I can trade it to Emerald and I can use the in-game glitches to duplicate it. It would be nice to do it and then do a giveaway, so anyone that did want one could pick one up. But the transferring of them to Pokemon Home takes a while to do, so doing a lot of them would take a while to get that stream set up, but that would be a nice thing to do. My bedroom is as cold no matter where I live and how hot it is outside. Ghost living giving me constant. I do always think that when I go up to the bedroom and it's freezing cold at night, I'm instantly like, I'm just gonna put the heating on just to make it warm, because for some reason in my head I'm like, if it's warm then a ghost can't be here because it's warm, and ghosts are always associated with being cold, right? So I'm like, if it's warm then the ghost can't be here. So some weird logical thinking in my brain thinks that works, but I doubt it does. I think if the whole theory was there, the ghost would just be there, it would just be cold no matter what the temperature. Like you say, it could be burning hot outside and it would be freezing if there's a ghost around, if that logic is true. What's your opinion on Kieran? Do you like his character? I think he's kind of a delinquent who has problems. Just want to know, because I feel like I'm in the minority when I say he's 11 of my faves. He's definitely one of my favorites. I love Kieran. I love the character development of Kieran, from that like really meek, shy like character when you first meet them in the Teal Mask, and then that development of his character and the frustration and where he ends up being in the Blueberry Academy, to being this kind of like almost narcissistic, like doesn't care what anyone thinks of him. He just wants to be the best and like has that drive to be that like top trainer, and then for it all to kind of come crashing down in the end, and then for him to have that whole like circle back to being like true Kieran. I love it. I think it's great. Kieran's a great character. I'm with you. I really like Kieran as a character. And I think the way they built the character and the dialogue around it is just, yeah, really great. I hope we see more of Kieran in future games. Definitely one of my favorites. Conified, I'm doing Reg Drago. 1,150 checks, no luck. Hopefully before 1,200. You get it. I'm sending you some luck. Will, how are you doing, mate? I think the spooky phenomenon you've experienced is what you turned. Is that you turned on your light when you checked that room but didn't notice at the time because the sun was still shining bright in the room? Well, that's what my mum said to me when I spoke to her about it. She was like, nah. She was making all these like things. She was like, maybe the light switch was like half on, and when you closed the door, it like clicked on and you didn't notice. It was dark though when I checked the rooms originally, so there's that theory gone. But you could be right. I could have turned the light on and just forgot that I turned the light on, not noticed, shut the door, and then that was that, and then not noticed. The weird thing was that I'd been back upstairs a bunch of times before like going to bed, and I definitely walked past that room and feel like I would have noticed if the light was on before then, but there's probably a simple explanation for it, Will, for sure. The noises you hear, expansion, contraction with the cooler temps. Yes, that, yeah, you see, there's all just a simple explanation for it. This will be the night where I'm going to get like a glass of water or something before I go to bed, and I get like pulled to the floor and dragged into a closet or something and just like tortured by a demon. I'm like, but Will said it was just the house contracting. Nah, you're probably right, mate. It's horrible though when you get that in like that thought in your head though, and you're like spooked and you're like, what could it be? I can't explain this. I can't explain it, because I'm like, even the other night though, I must have laid awake for like an hour just being like, I swear I didn't turn the light on. I swear I didn't. I swear I've been back up. And you know, you're almost making like memories because you're like just creating this situation where you're like, I definitely did that, but you're not sure if that's how it played out or not. Because just like simple run-of-the-mill things, I don't retain like, did I turn that light on or did I not? I definitely know I checked the room, but I'm not sure like all the details because it wasn't like that. It wasn't like super meaningful like info at the time, so it wasn't anything I retained. Weird, so weird. But then you just get into this whole cycle about psyching yourself out. Brian, good morning, mate. Happy to see you back streaming. It's awesome to be back, mate. And I hope you had a great new year, holidays, and good to see you as well, mate. Hope you've been keeping well. Worst legendary mythical Pokemon in your opinion? Ooh, worst. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Zarude. And I think it's just because I never really saw the movie with Zarude in, so I don't really have that connection to it as a mythical Pokemon. And I'm not massively keen on its design. Not a lot of people really love Zarude, but yeah, I'm just not. For me right now, I would put that at the top of my list. Maybe if I saw the movie and I had a little bit more time with it, I'd be a bit different, but I would definitely say for me, that's probably, yeah, the one. The rest of the mythicals I really generally quite like. Since I refuse to hunt goose when I'm not home and recording it, I'll start the Cubone hunt today while I'm in the office. Good idea, mate. I like that. I like that thinking. Should get back on Deoxys though. So many shinies to hunt. I know, mate. It feels like there's just too many. But the fortunate thing for us all with these older games is that Bank and Transport are still there, right? And they're still working. We've had no news up to now of when they're closing. So we've still got a few months, at the very least. Joel Hill, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. I'm good, my friend. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. I hope you're having a great day yourself. What's that? I need to see this. What was the rich? The night before the wedding, me and the missus went for a meal. And when we served one of the wines, the glass moved 3 times on its own across the table, about 10 inches. First time I've believed in ghosts. That is actually really spooky. Were you like, did you have the feeling be like, let's get out of here? Let's ditch the meal and leave. I don't know how I would react to something like that. Like, yeah, there has to be like this. Yeah. Perhaps you have a fault in the light circuit. Only happened once. Yeah, it's only ever happened once. Yeah. So the only time that's ever happened. Powerline, I think Zarude is really cool. Yeah, I don't mean to offend anyone by saying Zarude. If I had, I'm just picking one because I have to pick one, but that's like honest opinion. It's an okay movie, but a surprise Zarude talks. Zarude actually talks. That is wild. I didn't realize that. Marcus, how are you doing? Good morning, mate. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And Happy New Year. Belated Happy New Year as well, mate. Sorry for the lack of streams recently, but hopefully we'll be back now to a better schedule. Getting back into it. Getting this Deoxys. Can't believe you said Zarude when any of the other Reggies are available. I love the Reggies though. Professor, the Reggies are great. Honestly. They're some of my favorites, I would say. Been playing Blue version on 3DS. Was nostalgic. Leaf Green, but it's not available anywhere. Forgot how hard the early games are. Also so annoying manually switching boxes. Oh, I know, right? Going out to come back in. It is so frustrating, Brian. I'm pleased that like was an upgraded thing quite early on. Like I can't remember which generation they did it, where it must have been wasn't Gen 3, wasn't it, where they introduced that. Thank goodness they didn't like keep that going forever. Yeah, Game Freak, I forgot the bank and transporter are still working. They're like, oh yeah, that thing, we need to get that closed. I think there is a chance of bank closure announced in Pokemon Day Presents. Maybe. I'm like still a firm believer that they're only going to close bank and transporter when they announce the virtual console games on the Switch, which they might do in Pokemon Day for like the Switch 2. There might finally be time. So, but I still think it would give us a lot. They would give us a few months, I think, to still. I don't think they would announce it on Pokemon Day and then like the next week it close, you know. I still think they'd be like, okay, you've still got 3 months. It's going to close in August or something like that, you know. I'm hoping that's the way it would go. But yeah. I'm pretty sure the original announcement was in the near future. We'll be closing in the near future, so we advise anyone that wants their old Pokemon in the newer games to do that as soon as possible. I'd have to find the tweet that they put out to see the wording exactly, which makes me think like they originally planned to close it a lot sooner than what they have done. Brad Dad, how are we doing, mate? Happy New Year to you. Belated Happy New Year. Good to see you though, mate. I hope you've been keeping well. Great to see you in the stream. A bit earlier, y'all. We're talking about forgettable Pokemon. I never remembered Clamperl and Golbis. Yeah. Golbis? Is that how we're pronouncing it? I know what you mean. Huntail as well. Clamperl. Clamperl. It's a cool Pokemon as well. I always remember seeing it for the first time, but yeah, it is definitely one of those Pokemon that you just forget about that exists, isn't it? Yeah. Regigigas had some of the best voice lines. The Reggies all have. The Battle Frontier. I always remember the Battle Frontier in the anime. The Reggies. That's so good. And the puzzles though that you had to figure out, like when Gen 3 was like first out, there wasn't really the internet to like, I guess there was, but I mean, it wasn't as readily available to everyone back then. Like I didn't have a way to go and like figure out the ruin, like all the ruin things to get the Reggies. I just think all that stuff was so cool in Gen 3. Again, another thing that makes Gen 3 just such a good game, you know. Yeah, they have give us a year, I guess, Olio. Yeah, they could technically turn around and be like, it's closing tomorrow. You've had a year to do this. You've known about this for over a year now. I just don't feel like they would. I feel like they'd still give everyone a little bit of lead time. That white hand on your shoulder, just imagining it. Oh, don't, mate. Don't. That'd be the weirdest thing. I know my friend, he lived in an old house, and I always remember a story he told me, and it spooked me out for any time I stayed over there after he told me this story. And he's like, the house that his parents bought was they were very old, so off the kitchen was his bedroom, which used to be, back in the day, I guess, would have been where the servants of the house would have like lived. And he said he woke up one night because he felt something like touch his face. And like he like opened his eyes, and there was like a white figure standing next to his bed, and then it just started moving away and then just disappeared through like his ensuite door. I was like, are you actually kidding me? Why are you telling me this? I'm like, I'm staying here tonight. I was like, I don't want to hear this sort of thing. I was like, I'm like, ignorance is bliss in this situation. I remember being freaked out so much. It was obviously not like a you know, a mean ghost or anything like that that was going to do anything, but it still freaked me out. And his dog used to sit and like look around the room, like there was something in the room, like he would be following it, and that used to spook me out as well. Yeah, I never had any experiences like that, but yeah, you know, you never know. Whole squad is here. It's great. Thank you all of you for coming by today. It's awesome being back after such a while out. The only thing that hasn't changed is the Deoxys hunt. The only game where we can explore under the sea, Gen 3, yeah. Diving under the sea. I still would love, I think one of my dream shiny hunts to do is a shiny relic hunt in Gen 3. That would be such a cool hunt to do. And it's got an absolute banger shiny as well. It'd be so good if they brought the dive mechanic back into the games though. Rich, it moved once that I saw. Then it moved again, which you both saw. That's spooky when you both see it as well. So I went to touch the table just in case it was wet. The glass had slipped on the water, whatever, it moved again, it's clear. That is crazy. That would be my first thing. Where it'd be like, is it just water and it's just kind of sliding? Yeah, Lumpy, the only crew member that's missing, I think, is Sergio. Where is Sergio? But if we speak about Sergio, maybe it's a bit like the Riley situation. Maybe once we've mentioned Sergio, Sergio appears, potentially. I would disappear at the moment. Yeah, I'd hightail it out of there. I don't know if I could cope with living anywhere. If there was like physically I saw Ghost, I think I'd be like, I have to move out of here. I can't stay here anymore. Like, seriously, I don't think I could stay. But what's that show? It's like Paranormal Activity. It's not like is that the film? Okay, that's the movie, I think. I think there's a TV like docu-series where they like recreate like spooky ghosty experiences that people have, and I always just remember watching that with the same friend that had that weird ghost like experience. And I remember, like, I always think, like, why did I ever watch that show? It's done nothing but like made me super paranoid about anything like this, and like nothing in the show was ever good, so they always like made it out like this was like they were bad ghosts and bad spirits and stuff like that. So I'm always like spooked by all of those shows that I used to watch. Pets and babies have that intuition. Maybe it's their nails not being fully calcified or something. Babies can 100% perceive more of the unknown. That's even more spooky, mate, isn't it? Yeah. Cheese whiz sandwich powers activated. Cheese whiz. I'm still on the grind for a cheese whiz, for some cheese whiz, so I can bring it to stream. I still need to try this product. Haunting. It's a bit like that, Marcus. I can't remember. It was definitely paranormal something in the title of it. It's a weird show. The weird thing is, Brian, the shows constantly freaked me out, but I just kept watching show after show. I remember there was one, and it was like a divot box or something like that. They did. It's like a, I can't remember the exact name, but it was like this box. It's meant to like, you're meant to like trap evil spirits in it. And someone had bought one off eBay, and like the people that kept buying it, and you can track the eBay history. You can actually go onto eBay and see that this like whole story was like, it wasn't like made up or anything. These people that bought this box were like listed under the buyers of this box, and they all had like weird stories. And I think that there was a man that bought it in the end, and he ended up burying it in his basement, like closing it and burying it in a wall in his basement or something. Super weird. That freaked me out. Ghost Adventures and the next ones are pretty chilly. Yeah, anything like that, mate, it spooks me out so much. But I persist in like watching them just to kind of spook myself for some reason. Key lime pie level 3, Luke, that's what we need. The key lime pie and a cheese whiz. That's what we need, like a buffet. Cheese whiz and key lime pie everywhere. Professor Oak, I will send you cheese whiz. In a jar. It has to be in a jar. A glass jar. Glass jar of cheese whiz. But what if one of these ghost spirits on evil, and they're like past family member just looking out for you? That's also something that I think about as well. Like that would be fine if they're looking out for me. I had this weird situation years ago when I worked at a job, and this lady, she was a lovely lady. She was I think she did like tarot readings and psychic readings and things. It's like a hobby. And I always remember a thing that she said to me, and it's always stuck with me, and I've always been like, oh, that's so weird, and it's like really spooked me out. But she's like, every time I come into the shop, you've always got there's a tall man that's always standing behind you, and like for anyone to say that to you is super weird. And I remember she was like, yeah, it's not bad, they're kind of watching over you sort of thing. And I always think like, why would anyone say that to you though? That's just like so weird, such a weird thing to say, but it spooked me out so much. So you could always say that this, so like I always try and think, okay, well, that if they're not bad, but then if I do something bad, not that I want to, are they gonna like kick off and like, are they waiting for the moment and be like, okay, you've done it now it's my turn. Now they're gonna turn like psycho on me, and then I don't know, go all Paranormal Activity, and I'm gonna end up in the, I don't know, what is it called? What's it in Yugi where it's the realm? I can't even remember. The Shadow Realm. That's where I'll end up. Yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, that was weird. But there's a part of me that believes all that sort of stuff. There's just too many people like talk about it for it to be like, you know, there's no smoke without fire. I don't know. I'm just jabbering now. The movie was Paranormal Activity. That's a horrible movie. I wish I'd never seen that movie. That scared me. Like Paranormal Encounters was, yeah, it was something like that, right, Dad? Honestly, it's the only movie I wish I'd never seen. That movie spooked me out so much. On the topic of ghosts, this is more like the convo I like to have, Corey. My favorite ghost types are Cerulege, Aegislash, and Annihilate. All banger ghost Pokemon. I don't know if I could ever say any ghost Pokemon's I like more than Gengar. I always feel like Gengar is just like the original. I love Gengar so much. But Cerulege, it was nearly on my Birmingham team. So close to going on my Birmingham team. I was playing around with an Eevee set. It was so strong. It was really good against Chiyu Fluttermane leads as well. I had like a really good way to get around those leads, make it very awkward for them. And then it was really good into Zama, which you could imagine it would be anyway. So yeah, it was a solid option. I love Cerulege though. It's so cool. And Aegislash, we're gonna get it back in ZA, which is nice because we haven't had that Pokemon for such a while now. So Slender Man, Thin Man. Your relationship with that show reminded me 6th grade, my classmate would watch Happy Tree Friends. It's a lot of Happy Tree Friends, man. That's a show. It's your guardian, bro. Better not act up. Yeah. Best behavior all the time. Weird though to hear that from someone. Favorite ghost type is Greninja. That's a solid ghost type. That has to make a return. Gen 10, Riley. I feel like they purposely left it out of Sword and Scarlet and Violet because Greninja with Thrustalization would be just, oh, it'd be so horrible in competitive play, wouldn't it? So centralizing. I used to hear footsteps outside of my room in the night and nearly shut myself to sleep. Later found out it was my aunt who had sleeping troubles. She would walk the whole way for hours. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I can imagine at the time just be like that. Yeah, until you find out. What a relief though, finding that out and being like, oh my god, that's all it was. Because that is, yeah, that is spooky. Happy tree friends. There we go. Mr. Holbrookie, how are we doing, mate? Looked for you everywhere in Birmingham. Were you not there? I was there, mate. How's it going? I hope to see you in EOC. I will definitely be in EOC as well, but I was there in Birmingham. I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm so sorry I didn't see you over the weekend, but there was loads of people that were there over the weekend that I just never saw. It was a weird one because I wasn't hiding away or anything either. I think it was just how busy it was. It was just so packed the whole time, and then yeah, the weekend went so quick as well. But I hope it went good for you, mate, and you had a safe travel home and enjoyed the weekend and stuff. But yes, we need to catch up in London. It's only like a month away, which is crazy. I kind of like the EUICs earlier in the year as well now. It's nice. And then like all the ICs are like spaced out evenly throughout the year. Boom, 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 boom. While we're talking about ghosts, Shadow Realms, you know, what's close to those? Demons and Demon Realm. Diama. I'm pronouncing it like that. I'm so unsure how I'm pronouncing it, Rad Dad. Are you enjoying it, mate? It's been the last week's episode was a bit of a filler one, right? But it's been so good, and it's like building up now where it's very cool. It's very cool, mate. I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to be careful in case there's people that want to watch it and haven't at the moment, not to drop any spoiler stuff, but it's been awesome. Yeah, I am surprised. Like, am I surprised? I'm not surprised how much I'm enjoying it, really. It's just, yeah, it's like definitely a highlight of the week every week. And I didn't get to see it last week, so I was like, oh, I've got double this week, but then I couldn't wait to watch this episode on Friday, so I watched it yesterday. So I was like, yeah. Petro, thank you so much for coming by the stream, my friend. Lots of luck. Thank you, and to you as well, mate. And I'll hopefully catch you on the next one. Hopefully it is tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, because I mentioned earlier, I've got an ultrasound on my ankle tomorrow. It might make it a little tricky for streaming tomorrow. So if it's not tomorrow, we'll definitely be back Friday, same time Friday. We'll have a nice long one Friday as well. Do you have any pets that could maybe see the ghost because their eyes are pretty sure? Yeah, that's a thing. Like it's a reason. I don't have any pets, but a reason to get a cat or a dog. And then at least it gives you like a little bit of a warning before, especially if they're bad. I'm sure the animal would be like, let you know before you would know. Everyone looked the same when they were at the VG tables. Yes, Luke, I know. Yeah, backs of heads down like that. Shimon actually sent me some. There's a cool photo of me from the regionals this weekend, which is nice. So I have got that. I'll probably change my profile on. Well, I need to move to Blue Sky really. X is just a horrible platform now. I keep meaning to change over, but I'm just so lazy and never do. Please do a Reggie Rock impression. What we need to do is find Reggie Rock cry with a I can't believe I'm even considering this. Right there. Reggie Rock Cry. Reggie Rock Cry. I'm going to pause the music for a second. Let's bump the music up. Let's hear this. Reggie noises. Reggie cries. Reggie Rock. Okay, here we go. Let's turn this up. I don't know how I could replicate that. That just that. There's got to be like from the anime. There's got to be Reggie Rock from the anime. Wait there. Let's see. Let's hear this. That was Reggie Steele. Okay, I don't know. I'll have to. I feel like I can't do these on the spot. I feel like I might need to go away and practice these. I didn't realize how funny the Reggie cries were though. They're pretty hilarious. Right. Need to catch these up. Let's sync these games up. Oh, Brian, I know, mate. The UK is not any better either, mate. Honestly, everything just feels like it's falling apart at the minute. Oh, that's sad. Come over to Blue Sky. It's a lot easier to block the bad stuff. Yeah, I feel like it's all turgid at the minute. Probably they want to hear. Yeah, I feel like you could probably do the impression now. Reggie's are the equivalent of the pineapple pizza. Yeah, you either hate or you love them. I don't know. I feel like you're probably right, Professor Oak. There's not much in between with the Reggies. I do love the Reggies though. I don't know. I'd love to get more new Reggies, you know? I feel like Regidrago and Regieleki were such cool additions to the Reggie Pokemon. They could be Pokemon that we could see in Terra Raids in Scarlet and Violet. I think they would be cool Terra Raids, you know, to do like legendary Terra Raids for those. You've got Tornadus, Thundurus, Landorus, and Enamorus. I think they would be other ones that would be very cool to get. Can you imagine Terra Electrics and Ninja with Air Balloon? There'd be so many draws that go to oh mate, I know. It would just you would force players to have like Sandstorm or some sort of field effect, rapid, you know. I mean, but Rapid Spin would probably become a big play for the Ninja players just to get rid of the field effects. Stealth Rock, Spikes, Toxic Spikes would all be things that would be like strong to get rid of it. Xidia, how are we doing today? Good luck today. Got my Deoxys after 4,224 resets. That's awesome to hear. Congrats on the shiny Deoxys. I'm so happy that you managed to get it. And thank you for the good luck as well. Heads up about my progress. I'm currently on 54% complete of my full shiny Living Form decks in Premier Ball inside Pokemon Home. That's wild. Over halfway, mate. That is awesome to hear. And all in Premier Balls as well. That is a collection I would love to have, all in Premier Balls. I've been thinking of moving to the US lately. Europe is holding. Yeah, I mean, the UK is... I worry about the UK. But we'll see how things go over the next year. Callum, happy new year on a happier point, mate. Belated happy new year. Hope you had a good time over the holidays, mate, and it's great to see you as well. Yeah, I agree with you, Riley. It's so, like, from what it was to where it is now, it's so toxic. I hate it. Used to be this fun, new cool place. Feels like a hangout spot. Hoodlums found and ruined. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. There will be a 6th Reggie count, the number of rings on Regigigas. Can you imagine if it's ZA as well, Callum, and it has a huge part to play in the game? That would be wild. Maybe Gen 10 though. Currently hunting Marked Paradox Shiny Iron Bundle. David, good luck with the hunt. What mark are you going for on it? Or are you just happy with like any mark? There is always a way to beat anyone. That is very true, Stefan. There is always a way. Zachary, how are we doing, mate? Great to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day and had a nice new year as well. Ragu, how are we doing? Hope you're good, mate. I am doing great, my friend, and thank you so much for the shiny luck. Hope you're having a great day yourself. Move to Canada, mate. I would love to. Move to Scotland. That's also true. Scotland. Such a lush place. Scotland and Canada, merge them together. Wasn't Trump talking about trying to like combine America and Canada as like one? Have a US passport. US passport, so shift would not be too complicated. Reggie Spooky, could you imagine? I wonder what the final Reggie will be. Like, what typing will it be? So we could steel, rock, ice, electric, dragon, normal. Ghost. It could be ghost. Nova Scotia, yeah. I think Scotland is my end goal. The middle of nowhere with a small holding. That's what one of my friends pretty much has. He's an air traffic controller at the top, the very top of Scotland. So yeah, away from everything really. Dynamite, how are you doing? Didn't know you were pushing 20k on the Deoxys, putting my 3k to shame. Oh, mate, I hope you get it. And not many more after 3k. I really do. Sending you the luck. I didn't think we would get this deep into it, to be honest, but here we are. Shiny Deoxys not existing on either of these cards, but we got to get it. I've set a goal now and we cannot go past it. We got to get it before Pokemon Day. But it is gatekeeping our shiny only Nuzlocke on hard gold, which is sad because I really want to jump back into that. But they will do it differently. Yeah, that's very true, Stefan. I would never move to Canada. I don't want to be near Drake. Canada's lush though. Anytime I've been to Canada, I've had like a great time. I'd love to spend more time there. Rad dad, not nice enough for Canada. Nah, they would welcome you with open arms, mate. You're welcome. Canada does seem like a nice place though. Just got over 8,900 resets for shiny Regice in the Crown Tundra. It's over double odds. Nose Horse, I really hope you get it soon. Really wish it was better shiny. That went over the double odds. Yeah, that's the thing as well. It's a nice shiny, but it's very subtle, right? So it's like the one that you want to get under odds is that one. You don't mind going over odds for like shiny. Like Registeel even. Registeel's a great shiny, you know? I hope the rest of them land a lot quicker than that. I feel like the shiny scales will tip in your favor. Okay, y'all need to watch this movie, Canadian Bacon. John Candy, it's hilarious. Rings true to this day. Canadian Bacon. Even the title just makes me want to watch it. Canadian Bacon. I need to have a look at what the front cover. You can imagine what my Google search is pulled back when I've just typed in that. Nothing but Canadian Bacon. I can't believe I've not seen it. Nose Horse. I got Registeel in 1,854 before this, and I really wish they were swapped. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But that's a nice number to get that Registeel on, mate. That is awesome. How many of the Reggies do you have to go? Yams, how are we doing? Haven't been here in a long time. Have you tried Cheese Whiz yet? I have not. We just talked about it a little while ago. I need to get on the Cheese Whiz train. Professor Oak has said that they will send me some Cheese Whiz in a glass jar. The Whiz. I'm hyping this up to be like it's going to be like the most delicious thing I've ever had. And I don't think it's going to live up to expectations. Love the interaction convos, had a bunch of fun. Gonna head to bed. Wishing you all the best and the hunt. I know you'll get it, but good night, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. CK808, thank you so much for coming by the stream today, and it's been awesome hanging out in the convos as well with yourself. Hopefully we'll catch you on another stream soon. Like I say, if I can't stream tomorrow because of my appointment, then we'll be back on Friday, and we'll be hopefully maybe continuing this one. Hopefully not continuing this because we'll have got it, but we'll likely continuing this hunt on Friday, if not tomorrow. But yeah, take care of yourself, have a great evening, and we'll catch up with you very soon. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Blue-eyed Vennat, we're so back late. Hope you enjoyed Birmingham Regionals. I had a great time Birmingham Regionals. My result was not, I was a bit bummed out by it, but I had an awesome time. I had a really great time, so thank you so much. Great to see you as well. Hopefully you're having a great start to your week. Cheese Whiz for the win. Deoxys nickname confirmed. Whiz. It can't be anything other than that, I think. Regis is is only my second hunt, so several to go. Hopefully this one's the only difficult one. Nose Horse. Get this one out the way, and then the rest of them will all be nicely under odds. I mean, trying to get all the shiny DLC Pokemon. Good luck with that. How's it going so far? Are you like, how far are you through it? It's something that I still want to go and do in Scarlet and Violet. Just go and get everything, like from the DLC shiny. I've got a good chunk, but I still feel like there's so much for me to do. Professor Oak, I love that. Pop-Tart, you got it, David, no way. Pop-Tart in Cheese Whiz, like what flavor Pop-Tart are we talking here? You're gonna do a shiny Ditto hunt from Fire Red for a Masuda hunt in ZA. That's wild. That would be very cool to do. We could do that, couldn't we? The only problem I have with like committing to doing that is, I mean, it would be fine because we can use that Ditto in games outside of ZA, but because Legends Arceus didn't have breeding, I feel like ZA is probably not going to have breeding either, which makes me very sad. But also the Ditto would be kind of useless until Gen 10. But that's probably the hypest Ditto that we could get. Mitch, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you. Comes first, shiny Deoxys or trying Cheese Whiz? Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be Cheese Whiz, isn't it? Stefan, I actually only need 4 shinies for the whole Scarlet and Violet DLC decks, excluding the legendaries. Wow, only 4, that's wild. That's amazing, mate. Are there any difficult ones that you need from those? Like gonna be pretty straightforward. Brownie Sunday, go full Globin mod. I do love a Pop-Tart as well. Did you say Cheese Whiz Pop-Tart? Cheese Whiz Pop-Tart, is that actually a thing? Cheese Whiz Pop-Tart. We could make, I thought you guys were saying dipping, like to dip a Pop-Tart in Cheese Whiz, which seems wild. Caught pretty much every shiny in base Violet, but can't get Barraskewda for my life. Barraskewda, do they have outbreaks? I'm trying to think if I've ever seen an outbreak for a Barraskewda. Must have done. You won't be able to trade it up to Gen 10. Trade it up when Gen 10 drops. Gen 10 drops. No. That's the thing. Well, we could trade it up to home like before then. But then when Gen 10 comes out, they'll be like, nah, we're not doing breeding like that anymore. So they'll be like, no, that was a complete waste of time. We just have to go back in all the games, Scarlet and Violet, and do it in there. How much does Fire Red and Leaf Green go nowadays? They're expensive. That's why I got, because Fire Red, I would have loved to have an English copy of Fire Red, but that's why I went for a Japanese copy, because the Japanese copy was like, I think it was about £30, which I thought was like pretty good. And I think to buy the English version, it was going to be like more than double, like £80 to £90 just for the cartridge. Like boxed, it's like a crazy amount. So yeah, they're not cheap. So I'm kind of hoping that they bring them out on the Switch, just virtual console them, so like everyone can get a copy of it for like what, $5 or $10. Yeah, dip the brownie sundae Pop Tart in the whiz. Only way to summon Deoxys at this point. Okay, that's how we have to do it. We have to like have a sacrifice almost of Pop Tarts and Cheese Whiz. Is Prismatic Evolution impossible to get in the UK or just America? But no, Zachary, it's like impossible to get in the UK as well. I managed to get in before like it went nuts and pre-ordered an ETB, but my pulls were terrible. What did I get? Here we go. These are my pulls. I got the good pulls here. I did get actually one of the pulls. I know Riley will really like this. I did get a Master Ball Sneasel. That was the Master Ball Sneasel. I don't know if you can see the Master Ball, but yeah, I did get the Master Ball Sneasel. I got a full art Eevee. I got Noivern EX, Dragapult EX, but not really anything outstanding. The pull rates is quite true to what everyone's been saying. I think the pull rates are like terrible, so yeah, it's impossible to get everywhere, which is sad. I'm hoping like there's a reprint soon so we can at least try and get some more, but yeah, it's impossible to get everywhere. Shiny Deoxys coming in the next 5 encounters. Calling it now, Brian. If you are alright, mate, you are having this Deoxys. I'm sending it straight to you. That is no joke. If we get it in the next 5, this is 1. Come on, next 5. Just want to confirm, but if I play through Scarlet on a new file and just a different game language, it did a catch will be considered foreign, right? Yes, it will. Yeah. Yeah. How much does a booster box sell for? Oh, you can only get the ETBs. I got mine at MSRP because I pre-ordered, but I'm not sure how much the scalpers are requesting or how much they're going for. That's 2. Come on, David, be right. Be right. Seeing all the late 30s dads fighting like it's Black Friday for those cards. I know, right? It's crazy. I've seen some wild videos. People going nuts for them. Glad Pokemon are releasing more. Shameful how the Scarlet. I know, crazy. And people going into like Walmart, like sprinting to the stand where the displays are, and just like filling trolleys. And like I'm like, oh, come on, there's like kids that want those. It's like, just make a quick buck. I get it, like people need to make money and stuff like that, but I don't know, just doesn't sit right. They're just cards at the end of the day as well. But the hype, the FOMO is crazy. This is 3. Can we get it? Yeah, the Master Ball one was nice. I was like really happy with that. I was like, I didn't expect to get a Master Ball. I think the pull rates on the Master Ball cards aren't amazing, but I was like, yeah, cool. I was a bit sad I didn't get like illustration rare, but you're always gonna be like, I was dreaming of getting like the Sylveon or the Umbreon. It's 4. We got one more. Come on, please be on this one. in PLA, I got my 91st shiny alpha Pokemon. It was a Honchkrow. Oh wow, that's a super nice shiny alpha to get. It's 5. Deoxys is just rude. It's just rude. That's all I'm gonna say. Actually stopped collecting cards after Stellar Crown because of this. It's become impossible for true collectors. Yeah. The set that like really stopped me was Celebrations, like, and that was a while ago. But I just got yeah, Celebrations, the ultra premium collection box. I just remember like trying my best to get it at MSRP and couldn't get it. Sold out instantly, like bots just buying out stock online, and then like the amount of listings on eBay for like double the cost now is just like, I'm done with this now. And I kind of felt like it got back to a good place where like product was like reasonably available, but it just seems the hobby's just gone nuts recently, which is great for the hobby but not so great for the collectors, where it's just like odds and prices and stuff just gone crazy. And I know what it's like when you're in amongst it and you're in the hobby and you feel like you need to pay that because you need that product, but it's always like you just gotta like try and hold off and just wait for Pokemon to do restocks and stuff like that, and that price to come back down and get it at like a normal price and not buy into the scalper stuff. That's what I worry about. Like we were talking about at the top of the stream, like I worry with the Switch 2. You know, I just hope it doesn't turn into that situation with the Switch 2. In my opinion, you should only be allowed to buy one at a time or things like that. Yeah, I think so as well. Like one per customer. I know like Pokemon Center only like for their items. I think most of the stuff you like have a maximum of 4 per customer. And some of the stuff it's like maximum 2 units per customer. And I think they should do that in store. It wouldn't like cost them any more to do. They just need to like kind of try and enforce it, you know. Seems more like an internet flex more than actually being into the hobby. Those people just having nothing else to get likes with. Yeah, maybe, mate. Don't have a single shiny alpha that I caught. Have a shiny alpha as a Luna from a trade though. Wow, that's cool. That's a very cool one to have. I think one of the only shiny alphas I have is, I got it very early on in one of my PLA playthroughs, was shiny alpha Gliscor, which is very cool. She's now my Scarlet, which I love. But yeah, I need to go and get more shiny alpha Pokemon. I do have Lucario. We got that on stream, so that was kind of nice. But other than that, I don't have many. I've never really had that much luck with the shiny alpha Pokemon in ZA. I will say the new Umbreon card, when I first saw it, my jaw dropped. I think it's the sickest card they've done in a long time. It is a very nice card. So it's crazy how much it's selling for though. Like I never thought like new cards would sell for that much straight away. It's just mad. I think if I pulled the Umbreon, I probably would have just flipped it, to be honest, and then just bought. I don't know, would I have though? I say that because it's an easy thing to say, but if I had it, I'd know if I sold it, I'd probably never own that card again. So there's a part of me that's probably lying there, and I'd probably keep it just to be like, I own this card and I can't believe it. It's like the Gengar from Fusion Strike. I wish I'd picked that up as a single when that set first dropped, as I doubt I'll ever own that card. G-Max Gengar Alt Art is just one of my favorite cards ever. But it's crazy how much it is now. Like TCGs, but it's so expensive, whether you just like a shiny cardboard or keeping up with the metas, like the social aspect of playing, just can't afford it. It's so expensive, isn't it? I agree with you. I don't know if I would be able to afford playing like TCG if that was my thing. Like, it must cost an absolute fortune. And you must have like different relationship with the hobby as well if you're playing competitively to just collecting. Because I guess the collectors are what drive the price up of some cards, and you might need those cards for your deck, and it might, yeah, just it's like this vicious circle. That's why TCG Pocket is the play. But I guess you can spend money on that, but then yeah, should be getting the new set I think next week. Oh, me, a new expansion, TCG Pocket, which is very cool. I was really enjoying the TCG as a player. even won a championship playmat from my local tournament. That's awesome. Then I wanted to update my deck and look at the cost of cards due to scalpers to just quit. That is so sad. And I think like Pokemon knowing that would like don't want that happening within their game, you know, and their scene. Just I guess they can only print so much at a time. Was the shiny Spiritomb not an alpha? Was it an alpha, Andy? Was it? I'm trying to think, remember on. There's a part of me that thinks it might have been, but also maybe not. I think I was going after an alpha one, but I don't know if we ended up getting an alpha, if it was just a regular shiny Spiritomb. I'd have to go back to the VOD and have a look. I'll say it, and I will stand by it. The only reason this happens is because people buy it. The ones to blame are the ones that buy from Scarlet. That's true, yeah. If no one did, this wouldn't happen. That's very true. There would be no like reason for people to do it. FOMO though, Mr. Holbrocky, it's a hard thing to like ignore. And the FOMO that is just like for these products, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, really want to catch a shiny Alpha Ninetales though. Farland, I'd love to get one from the island where the Arcanine was, Hisuian Arcanine battle, where that overworld Ninetales just lives. Yeah, that'd be a cool shiny to get. Do you think TCG Pocket will be getting a competitive soon with how popular and successful it's been? It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It wouldn't. I think Victory Road did a TCG Pocket tournament the other week and it had a huge turnout. It was real big success. So I think there's definitely grounds with how popular it is as well. It would make sense. I don't think it'll be this season, but maybe next season they might do like the odd integration of an event like here and there, and then be the season after, if it's still got that popularity, do a competitive scene. I think it would be really good to do though. I think it would be huge as well, but it's such a good concept. I never thought the app would be as good as it is, you know. I'm still enjoying it now. And then we should be getting trading soon, but the trading, it's annoying how they're doing that. I wish you could just trade any card for, you know, just any card, but I think it's only going to be up to 2 or 3 diamonds rarity that you can trade for, right? I bought a single Dragapult a few months ago because Dragapult is probably my favorite Pokemon right now, because it was meta. It was like £12, so I can't imagine the deck building for TCG. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, just for one card. Fire Spit Island, Olio, that's the one. Trust me though, staff Pokemon events, I know what it's like to flip material and try to get a profit on it, but what has happened is even beyond anything I ever mentioned. Yeah, what is the, like, what are people charging for the latest set then, for this like holiday set? Like, I have no idea, because I like no interest in buying it outside of just like actual MSRP, so I've never even looked. No, 2 stars is the worst. Licky claims the next set is Gen 4, not Gen 2, which for me is a huge bummer. Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard it was all going to be Gen 4. Seems weird that they're jumping straight to Gen 4. See any good movies the last few months since you've been recovering? Movies? Not movies. I've been watching like TV series stuff, like quite a few TV series stuff, Netflix and things like that. No movies though. I can't think of any movies that I've watched that have been like off the top of my head. Watched Squid Game when that came out. Enjoyed that. That was good. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. But it's like, yeah, ends how it ends. Lord of the Rings anime was neat. Is that out in Netflix? Where's that? Where can I watch that? Amazon, Netflix, Crunchyroll? That sounds very cool, Riley. I didn't even know there was a Lord of the Rings anime out. I definitely need to watch that. Most boxes before the formal gone for roughly 100 to 110. Okay, so that's like basically the equivalent of what I always remember Hidden Fates when that got the reprint during like the pandemic, and they were going for around that sort of number. I wonder what they're like at now. That's kind of true, Stefan. Yeah, I mean that is like exactly. We watched Geordie Jumpers yet? Alec, I have watched it. I actually, after the last stream, I went and I watched it. I was like, okay, I need to check this out. So I have watched it. I have, mate. Geordie Jumpers. It is it had us laughing, mate. It is well funny. I can't believe I've never seen that before though. Yellow Jackets before season 3 drops. Would you recommend, Rad Dad? I was in theaters. I imagine I'll end up on Prime. Okay. This is how out of touch. I have no idea what's been on at the theater as well. I know Lord of the Rings anime sounds epic. Is it like all 3 in one, or is it like split over? I'm curious. I need to learn more about this. It's suspicious when you broke your ankle. Newcastle went on a winning run. Now that you're feeling better, they're getting smashed by Bournemouth. I know, right? Maybe I need to do the other ankle. We've got the semi-final against Arsenal, second leg coming up next week. Maybe I need to do something more severe, right? Should I jump out my bedroom window and see what happens? The problem with this year is SSP is 200 plus now. Yeah, next set Journey Together is going the same. I know Journey Together, I actually went on for pre-orders of that and it was like insta gone. I was like, yeah, and then Team Rocket after that. It's gonna be like just a rolling thing this year. It's the whole market crazy. Journey Together as well looks, you know, now like some of my favorite sets from back in the day were like Gym Heroes as well, and it's so reminiscent of that. It's got that like nostalgia factor to it as well, especially Team Rocket. Rad Dad, I will definitely check it out, mate. Zia will be there. Mega Evolutions again. Card sets. Oh yeah, all the megas will come back around, won't they? Yeah, all the sets. Like when you're saying it like that, I kind of know what's coming out, but when you're saying it out loud, I'm like, yeah, that is getting nuts, isn't it? It's gonna be mad. Oh, it's a prequel. Oh wow. Okay, that's even better. Seeing the chaos of Prismatic release makes me very happy. Never got into collecting cards. Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm probably like, I feel kind of bad in a way because it's like I'm probably not going to buy much of it, and the chase cards that I want from this set I'm probably never going to be able to get unless I pull from the few boxes I maybe buy, which is kind of sad because like realistically it's like Evolving Skies, right, where like I'd love the alt art evolution cards, but the cost of them is just so crazy. So I already feel like that with Prismatic, where I'm like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna get those evolution cards, which is kind of sad because I'd love to have this set. It would be amazing. I mean, imagine pulling the god pack, or is it a demigod pack? What are they calling it? I don't know. But yeah, where you get the entire set in one pack of cards. That is the wildest thing. It's like super cool when you're seeing these people open them and like they're pulling like banger, 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 banger. Every pack. The pack must be worth like, that one pack, it's worth like 2k easy, probably more. Warner Brothers fast tracked it so that they could retain Lord of the Rings film rights. Ah, okay, that's cool. What do you think about the starters will be in Zier, and who do you want to get a mega? Who do I want to get a mega? I'd love Vileplume to get a mega if it's in the game. I don't know if it will be. I'd love Snorlax to get a mega if it's in the game. Don't know if it will be. Aegislash, it's definitely in the game. I think Aegislash, Mega Aegislash would be very cool. Imagine if it got a mega and it turned into like the shield and the sword separated and the suit of armor appeared. It was like this, yeah, Guyver sort of character. That would be very cool. So something like that would be good. The starters, I would love to see it be like Totodile, Chimchar, Turtwig. That would be a good starter set, I feel. You've got... Yeah, I don't know. What about yourself? Yeah, Mr. Holbrook, that's not a bad idea. And it's nice that you're able to pick the things up. Mega Dragonite, Brian, you've said it. Hey, manifest Mega Dragonite. We could all manifest that. I mean, that would be... it would be so cool. Mega Dragonite would be amazing. David Dank, yeah, get it. I get it, mate. I can't see Mega Vileplume happening. It'd be so good though. I want to see Mega Weavile, so that Sneasel is lock for more ribbons. Yes, mate. That would be nice. I could see it happening. They love that. They love that line as well, don't they? Right. Tell you what, friends, because it is going to be about time. I'm going to have to wrap things up. So let's do 2 more on the fire red, leave it at a nice even number, and let's do 5 more on the leaf green. It wraps, they're kind of wrapping up evenish numbers. I think the starters will be Snivy, Piplup, and either Litten or Scorbunny. I would love that line. If we got those, Litten as a starter would be fire. Like a regional variant of Incineroar would be very cool. No, not many people want to see that. Mega Incineroar would be cool as well. There's a special event in Seville, I think, very soon. Talking about Spain. Right, let's just concentrate on this leaf green one now. Mega Wishcash. That is something that needs to happen. Wishcash is great. Just never gets the love that it deserves. Mega Nidoking or Nidoqueen would be very cool as well. I'd love to see either of those get a Mega. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. Is this one? So I need to take that one away. No, I've done that one there. So, oh man, I keep pressing the wrong one. Take it back and then take it back again. There we go. Okay. I do hope more Gen 6 Mons get a Mega, but it's a bit weird to me that only Gen 6 Pokemon that gets a Mega is the answer. Yeah, it's so strange, isn't it? So weird. Maybe that's what they had planned the whole time. Nido, they, them. Yeah, Dave. You can imagine them doing it, pulling that out of the bag. But yeah, maybe that's what they've had the whole time. They're like, okay, ZA is going to be where Gen 6 gets all the love. Want Mega Meganium for it somehow to be good. Just this Chikorita line. It would be nice, wouldn't it? I feel like they would. Crimson, where is the Deoxys? Mega Porygon. Wow, Lumpy, that would be fire. Okay, chat. Last one of the day. Let's see if it is going to be the one. Can it be the one? It cannot be the one. Cannot be. Okay, well, that's that. We've done a good amount of resets today, which is good. So, still no shiny, but we'll be back. If I can stream tomorrow, like I say, I've got an appointment tomorrow, so it might make streaming tomorrow a little bit awkward, but if I can, I'll get the schedule up early on in the morning. If I can't, we'll be back Friday. But it's awesome being back, friends. Thank you so much for coming by the stream today. It's been amazing hanging out and getting back into it. So I hope the rest of your day goes great, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all on the next one, friends. So thank you once again. Take care of yourselves. Until the next time, friends. Bye-bye.